Ladies and gentlemen of the living and the dead, my name is Ari Esther, and I am your friendly neighbor, Necromancer who fears all things horror. Happy Wednesday! Happy Wednesday! I'm so sleepy. So sleepy. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. How's everyone doing? Hello. Hello, CGM anime fan. Hi, I hope that things have been going really well. I'm sleepy. Also, I hope they have a great, fun stream. I'm about to find out. Thank you. Hello, Brondo. Can we call for recess? I gotta go bathroom. Too late. Hello, I'm Brisa. Also, second for recess. I want to see how far I can jump from the swing set. Let me know how it goes. I'll call an ambulance for you. You know, in case you need it. Hello, Muto. How's it going? Welcome in. Alright, we are back today with Ace Attorney Investigations. I think we're at the end. I don't know how far we are from the end of the last case, but I feel like we're getting pretty close. Doing well. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Let's get the game up on this screen. There we go. Bet you can't beat my record. What's your record, Brondo? We're now talking about the SS5 incident, which is the incident from 12 years ago. Basically, we have uncovered that the real President Wang died 12 years ago. And, excuse me. And, we are about to get a recap of the case from 12 years ago. So, here we go. That's all I can remember. Can't tell you had to be there. Let's see. Shall forever remain a mystery. Alright, 12 years ago, the real President Wang visited the orphanage. Also, Sean is President Wang's son, and Gaval adopted him because I think he's her nephew twice removed or something. I don't know, something like that. They're somewhat related by blood. His aim to meet his infant son, which is Sean. Footprints we originally assumed to be to those of Mr. Olddown. Mr. Olddown is the journalist that died, who was going out with Rosie, you know, the victim from the previous case. Yeah, that's where we're at. Seems likely to have actually been made by the president upon his arrival. But instead of being greeted by his child, he was met by the assassin, Bodhidharma Canis, who has a really cute dog. That's so sad. He was hoping to see his baby for the first time. And then he was bye-bye instead. At least with Mr. Canis, we can be sure that the job was swiftly and effectively completed. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll never know. Had to be there. Just like Brondo's record. Then after the assassination, another tragedy occurred. Mr. Olddown's murder. Seems he witnessed a key moment in the evening's proceedings. The moment when our culprits, the so-called kidnappers, and the president, took the president's body around to the side of the building. That was the site that sealed his fate. Now established that he was standing by the orphanage gates at the time. By the snowman! You want to build a snowman? Far enough away that he believed what he was seeing was the president's abduction. At which point, the body double who had come to meet up with his conspirators walked right up behind Mr. Alldown, leading to an unfortunate eyewitness being murdered by the man who was plotting to replace the president. The Presidente! My go, Dmitry Polyakov. Can't no respond. Can't no respond. I don't think he speaks Russian. Or maybe they do, I don't know. Can't tell if they not responded because no Russian or they don't want to talk to you. So was it a body double who moved Mr. Alldown's body too? Yes, I think it probably was. And none of the footprints could have been his. Actually, I think they could. In fact, we have a piece of evidence that proves how that particular trick was cheap. We do? What shows how the body double managed to move the body without leaving any footprints. That's right, share with the class. I'm going with the victim's shoes because I don't know where he's going with this. Oh, what if the president's double moved Mr. Alldown's body like this? After killing Mr. Alldown, he could have carried him to the other side of the entrance. Given that his job was to look just like the president, he would have been wearing the same shoes. Meaning that if he stepped exactly in the footprints left by the real Presidente, his would have been the same shape and size. It would have looked like a single set of footprints. So that's how it all went down. There's one thing Kate doesn't understand. Which is what? Why do they need to pretend there was a kidnapping? Mr. Alldown has seen the president at the orphanage and left a message on Miss Ringer's phone describing what he thought he saw. Would have been possible for the conspirators to erase that message, true. So they had to make it look as if the events described in the message were true. Like staging a kidnapping like the one he thought he saw. I think the two people in the photograph are likely to be the body double and Fifi Lagarde. Oh, Fifi, we could have been friends, Fifi. Only you weren't a criminal. Is the one in the trench coat. How can you be so sure of that? Two of them would have to walk out beyond the orphanage gates to stage the photo. The body double could have put his feet in the real president's print as he did before. The other set of footprint were hers because it's smaller. They're about a size 9, too small for Chairman Winner in other words. Which means the kidnapper must have been played by Warden Lagarde. And that explains how a so-called kidnapping was actually a presidential assassination. Oh, Angela! I forgot for a moment that this was his father's case, technically. It does, which means my father must have. Notice, there's no way he wouldn't have suspected a murder. Especially not with the kid's picture as proof. The picture was never officially put into evidence, correct? No, he appears to have kept hold of it after taking the witness statement of the child who drew it. Because he knew President Wang was dead. He knew what would happen if that news ever got out. Zanfa would have been plunged into chaos, no doubt. So he kept it a secret, and that secret died with him, even though it meant taking the blame for the kidnapping, our family name being ruined. Wow, what an honorable man! So your father knew the truth about what happened 12 years ago, but he chose to hide it. It's finally coming to light at last. SS5 instant case file data updated in my organizer. Okay, still doesn't explain. Still doesn't explain who killed President Wang, the fake President Wang, the present day. Is it indeed intriguing? Who is this? Whomst? The assassin is here! The one that... Oh, didn't he, like, quote-unquote escape from jail? Body Dharma Canis. And his dog! His dog is so cute. Yeah, what are you doing here? Forgive me, but I couldn't help overhearing the fascinating conversation you were having. The opportunity to gloat over your past crime was just too good to miss, I expect. You killed President Wang. I did, but it's not something I'm inclined to gloat over. I was more interested in something else you mentioned, or someone else, should I say. This dog is so cute! Someone you're looking for, I suppose. Exactly, that's why I took a little sojourn from the penitentiary to find a certain young pup! A young pup in a rather eye-catching red raincoat. You know who they are? In a manner of speaking, what did you call them again? A secret mastermind. Oh, the one that kidnapped Sean. The prosecutor looks a little surprised, doesn't he? Helmut. Yes, he does! This dog is so cute! The young pup I mentioned, he saved my life, you know, 12 long years ago. Oh. My unexpected savior. Well, this just got real twisty. I was not expecting Canis to appear here. So you have surmised it was I who killed President Wang. But that meant that I too became an inconvenience in need of removal. The imposter president, winner, Lagarde, all three were keen to guarantee my silence. And if I hadn't met my friend, the young pup again, they might even have succeeded. I wonder what he's doing now. Oh, so it's a guy? So it was the president's body double who hired you. I remember his words almost as if it were yesterday. You know how many times I've nearly been killed? Not once, not twice, a bunch of times. Guys, isn't that your job, bro? Well, that's what you get paid to do. Why do I have to take all the risk? Why am I the one they always put in danger? I mean, you didn't have to sign up for the job. I thought that was the job of a body double, to die for the president. I'm out there being him. People treat me like I was him. They worship me. And? So what's the difference? Who's to say I couldn't be just as good as him? Wow. As it stands, you weren't as good as him. Your ratings plummeted! Plummeted. There was a difference, of course, even he did look and sound exactly like him, for real. Just because it walks and talks like a president, that doesn't make it a president, does it, boy? No. Of course not. He got his wish and became the boss, but couldn't quite fill his predecessor's shoes. I mean, you met the guy, Edward. I wonder if you have what it takes to step into such capable shoes. That's what Shelly said. Seems the king and his knight were much the same. The president's double knew that his employer had a weakness, a young woman named Amelie. In order to find her, he needed to enlist the help of locals. Locals such as Chairman Winner. Once Miss Fenn has been located, they simply needed to find the right time to lay their trap. I love the accent. Didn't mention before. I have an accent? I have an accent? Indeed, if the head of the orphanage brought into the fold, a little conspiracy was complete. Warden Lagarde. Now, quid pro quo, where might I find the pup? What makes you think the boy who helped you and our mysterious string puller are one and the same? Set a little fire that night, out there in the yard of the orphanage. A prank? It was nothing of the sort, my dear, yeah. Obviously, the fire was intentional, okay? Otherwise, how did it conveniently get rid of evidence? I do? Technically, everyone has an accent. I see. No, as I understood it, he had taken refuge in the igloo by the entrance. From there, he happened to see Winner and Lagarde carrying away a dead body. He also overheard them hatching a certain sordid little plot. A plot to remove me, the only person who knew what had really happened, from the picture. Thankfully, he was kind enough to come and inform me. I was waiting inside the building, you see. He also happened to mention later on that he was wearing his favorite red raincoat. In any case, he escorted me from the premises. And being a very considerate boy, though thought to erase both our footprints from the scene of the crime. Damn, this kid is Moriarty in making. Seems he had a little kerosene set aside in the igloo for just such an occasion. So he spread it liberally about the place and set himself a little fire. Must have been ever so beautiful. Winner and Lagarde were positively enchanted. Positively enchanted? And while they were distracted by the show, he took the opportunity to usher me out of a side entrance. Never answered my question. You really think he's the one behind all this? I do indeed. Don't let Helmut. Yes, yes, I do. His dog. I want his dog. His dog is so cute. Alright, we gotta do a rebuttal of my unexpected savior. Let's press him on the fact that he killed President Wei. We're pretty forthcoming with that particular mission. If I'm honest, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm tired of all the killing. Back then, I felt that death was my path. I embraced it and strove to learn what it had to teach. Wow. You made murder sound so philosophical. I made my peace with that, and I'm happy to admit it, aren't I, boy? Yes, yes, I am. Sounds like a Wisconsin or Alabama accent. I've never been to the South or the Midwest in my life. Not sure what he's talking about, but I definitely don't like the sound of it. Basically, he thought nothing of murdering the president. Not only is he an assassin, he's now a prison escapee, not someone to be trifled with. We can't afford for him not to talk. I'll need to try this as carefully as I can. Alright. Very well, you killed the president and you're happy to admit it. I wouldn't want you to thinking that I drew my blade and missed. Alright. Let's press him on the fact that he became an inconvenience. You're an assassin. Sometimes the hunter must become the hunted. Sometimes the living must become the dead. Oh. Oh. Okay. Please, Kay, don't feel the need to add a proverb of your own. Impermanence is inherent the way of the assassin. Life takers' lives are taken, so it goes. Does that mean the people you're sent to kill Chandler tried to kill you back? Or it happens occasionally, but it is not what happened this time. Alright, let's press him on the imposter, Winner, Lagarde, 03 were keen to guarantee my silence. Mr. Can is your professional killer and a famously skilled one at that. Surely escaping even 3 attackers would have been a little more than a minor inconvenience. You overestimate me, Mr. Edgeworth. You seem to forget that without Helmut here, I couldn't even walk down the street. True. True. Against 3 assailants wouldn't have lasted more than a few moments. Maybe in New York. I've been to New York once! For approximately 2 days! Oh, so I feel like this is getting into doxing arena, so I appreciate it if we don't pursue this. Thank you. Alright. So even the most proficient assassins are ill-equipped to face a full frontal assault. We're not hugely fond of such situations, shall we say. I certainly wouldn't have liked my chances. If I hadn't met my friend, the young pup again, they might even have succeeded. Alright. Let's press that. The two of you have met before? Yes, on the cold and lonely Christmas Eve 18 years back. Oh! Oh, now this is going even further back. Not long ago. But on the occasion, it was I who saved his life. Oh! More lore! It was snowing more than it had in years, and cold enough that death by freezing was a real possibility. I had taken Helmut out for a little walk. He noticed something and bounded off through the snow. When I caught up to him, he was sniffing at a car. The doors had frozen shut. It took all the strength I had, but eventually I managed to open one. And inside, I found two young boys shivering and semi-conscious. Two. And had I found them even an hour later, the poor wretches would never have made it. Why is one of them tied up? I took them both to a nearby orphanage. Is there something significant about what he just told us? There is! Convenient! What is about Kenneth's statement that is especially noteworthy? Number of people. You're certain there were two children in the car? A long time ago, but I remember it as clearly as if it were yesterday. There were two of them, no doubt about it. Is something significant in the number? Perhaps there isn't anything particularly important about that just now. Not talking to say what it sounds like. I mean, no disrespect. No worries. I get you guys are curious. No, it's okay. Let's not try to figure out where I'm from. Let's press him on the day. It was on Christmas Eve 18 years ago. You're certain of that. What is it, Fender? Why are we holy smokesing? If something that shows like that day is so significant, we have? Oh no. Oh no. Apparently that's significant. Oh, IS-7 incident! That also happened. Oh, that's right! Carmelo and Artie's son went missing.
Take that!
That was the same day on which a certain incident occurred, the murder of a well-known sculptor. An incident in the aftermath of which two children went missing. Son of the victim, Artie Frost, and the son of the murderer, Carmelo Gusto. Little guys did go AWOL. Intriguing. The son of a murderer and the son of his victim. I suppose that would make sense. One of the boys was bound hand and foot, you see. That must have been part of Mr. Frost's plan to stop Mr. Gusto's son from getting to the competition. Please don't bet me, Andrew. I wouldn't bet you guys over that. No, I wouldn't bet you guys over that. Okay, you guys are curious, you know? So I asked nicely. As long as you guys respect that, I'm chill. I'm chill. Yeah. Yeah, one brain cell's been here enough to know that I won't ban people for things like that. As long as we're on the same page, we're good. Don't worry about it. Wow, I didn't know this is gonna also, like, include the IS-7 incident. The twist in this game just keeps coming. Indeed, because without the son to taste his creations, Mr. Gusto would have had no chance of winning. So that was what was behind it all. Sadly, none of the boys were able to remember any such detail. They weren't? When we met each other again on the night 12 years ago, the young pup explained it to me. It seems that they really were on the brink of death when I found them. And the shock of the experience caused them both to lose their memories. Convenient. Amnesia is a plot device? They weren't even able to remember their names. So they wouldn't have known they were Mr. Frost and Mr. Gusto's kids? If what he's telling us is true, that would seem likely, yes. Which means we still don't have enough to tell us who our mastermind might be. Mr. Candace, would you mind telling us what happens next? By all means. Alright, here we go. The Pup and I! Pup and I remained in contact even after I was sent to prison. Then I stopped hearing from him. I couldn't help but worry. Then people from 12 years ago started cropping up all over the place. It rather piqued my curiosity, so I thought I'd temporarily regain my freedom and look into things. People from 12 years ago? Well, YouTube chat rules are really strict. Negative? Ah, you're okay. You're okay. If there's something I don't like that you guys are doing, I'll let you know. And as long as you guys respect that, I wouldn't ban y'all. As long as we respect each other, we're okay. Don't worry too much about it, Zoe. Alright, let's keep going. People from 12 years ago! You mean Lagarde, Winner, and the President, I assume. Well, Warden Lagarde was in charge of the prison where he was an inmate this whole time. I fear I wasn't as kind to her as I could have been. Then she did try to have me killed. You already know why, of course. She murdered President Wang, but they needed the world to believe he was still alive. Somebody had exposed the president as a fake. Would have been bad for Lagarde and Chairman Winner, too. Exactly. Not only that, I happened to overhear something else intriguing that night. Oh, more tea? I'll be at the orphanage on the evening of the 9th. I'll be waiting in the front yard. I thought you can meet him if you like, even if it's only just this once. You know you're a very busy man, but anyway, that's where we'll be. Goodbye. Oh, it's the little Torosaurus toy! Where are you? Sorry, but I'm waiting for something. Oh, President Wang! I know who you are, President Wang. I couldn't help overhearing the news. Congratulations, but please don't worry about your son. I only kill those I'm employed to kill, which in this case means you. It's my first chance to meet him, and it might be my only chance. Give me just a few minutes longer. I thought he was going to beg for his life, but no, an interesting character. I told him I was not aware that he had a child. No, he said and shook his head. Neither was I, but the world will know that I have one now. I mean, to make sure of it. I've even prepared something in case the worst comes to worst. And the son in question, it was the young gentleman with the horns here, correct? Oh, you can see that? I don't need to, my dear. I've been listening very carefully, you see. For longer than you may realize. So the president meant to tell the world about Sean and prepared something in case of the worst. But it's not enough simply to have Candace's word on the matter. I have something that proves that he's telling us the president said is true, the will. A will everybody knew about. He entrusted to my family to show his belief in us, after all. The name in the recording, the preparations he had made as well. With those 3 pieces of information, I was able to convince Warner Lagarde to do anything I asked. The information at his disposal, he could have exposed the truth about the body double at any time. And Sean's true identity with it. There's Sean! With his milk? President Wang was more agile than I anticipated. He blocked my first knife thrust with something soft. By the time I pieced, I'd broken off, hit the snow, my next try hit its mark. So it was Candace who tore the horn off the Torosaurus doll. I was the only one present to hear his final words, the only one who knew the truth about his son. Well, me and that poor pup. Alright, here we go. It's gonna take a while. We're gonna be here for a hot minute. The pup and I remained in contact even after I was sent to prison. So you were able to continue communicating with him from prison? I was, via post office box. Oh, the good old P.O. box trick. I've only seen that done like a few times. His dog is a good boy. Yeah, look at how good Helmut is. Helmut just giving him kisses, being a good boy. What's that? It's a means of exchanging mail without revealing one's own address. I never knew where he was, and I wasn't able to slip out and track him down. I was being kept under rather strict supervision, you see. By Warden Lagar, no doubt. What were the two of you even communicating about? We were playing correspondence chess, of course. That and griping about our respective lots in life. I thought he was playing chess with Bronco Knight. But he's not? Didn't you play that with Mr. Knight? It was Mr. Knight. He found a diagram of the game in his cell too. Correspondence just diagram jotted down by my organizer. Sent to Bronco Knight but bought a diamond canvas printed rather than handwritten. So does that mean Knight has something to do with all that I-77 business? No, he's way too old. Could that be it? Do we have any evidence that might connect Knight to the IS-7? Oh, the ring! This is everything Knight left behind. Could there be a clue in here somewhere? A ring and a chess set. It's the ring! It's the ring. Mr. Fender, take a closer look at it. That design is Paul Hullick's trademark. The ring that went missing. It looks like somebody turned the stamp he used to sign his work with into a ring. But why would Knight have been carrying it? Why was it not with the rest of the evidence from the IS-7 incident? He tried to release Frost's personal effects to his next of kin after the case wound down. But if I remember correctly, old Frosty Boy didn't have any family aside from his kid. The kid was missing, so they never got to hand it back to him. Not till later, anyhow. I heard on the grapevine that they found him in the end and gave him the goods. Including the seal, it would seem. Which he turned into a ring and wore until his own death. Somehow I doubt it was Mr. Knight. He's 24. I guess he could be. 12 years ago, he would have been 12. "18 years ago, he would have been 6. He would have been 6. In the photo, they were in elementary school, though. "18 years ago? Alright, let's keep going. Nice possessions data updated in my organizer. So we're saying Mr. Knight was Mr. Frost's son? No, but then he couldn't be the net mastermind because Mr. Knight's dead. Cops don't mess around and stuff like that. They would have made sure before handing it over. We're looking for somebody connected to the IS-7 incident who played correspondence chess, right? So our secret string puller is Bronco Knight, but then how? He's dead. Knight is dead. How could he possibly be involved in our current case? Alright, so our only candidate for genius mastermind is the guy who already kicked the bucket. How can it dead? Oh, I know where they're going with this. I know where they're going with this. I know where they're going with this. It's a little perplexing, but who else could it be? The person that brought him the chess set, Edgeworth! Alright, let's keep pressing. He stopped responding. That seems strange. I'm glad you agree. Helmet did too, of course. Not need to talk in order for me to hear him, my dear. That look he's giving me, the super intense kind of scary glare. He's not trying to say he's hungry, is he? He might be. Okay. Okay. Alright, let's keep going. Suddenly stop hearing from the pop. People from 12 years ago started cropping all over the place. Whoever it is, it can't be Bronco Knight because of the red raincoat. It does all seem like a little too much of a coincidence, doesn't it? An attempt was made on the life of the man who was pretending to be President Wang all these years. One of the guard murdered Bronco Knight while he was being held at the prison she ran. An Excelsius winner, chairman of the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence, murdered Rosie Ringer. And the more I think back, the more it seemed at the time that some mysterious other presence was lurking behind all those incidents. Even from behind bars, it was rather obvious that something strange was going on. Alright, let's press him on the fact that he prison breaked. You thought you temporarily regained your freedom? Fear not, nobody was injured in the course of my escape. It wasn't necessary after all, I had my ways. Let's leave it at that, shall we? There'll be no need for that, detective. As soon as my business is concluded, I'll return home to my style. Prison is supposed to be someplace you can just stroll in out of what you please. Oh, I guess it is when you're Canis. Strange that you should say that. Weren't you the one who strolled into and tried and dig into my past only recently? Agent Lang, Detective Gumshoe. I need to be able to question Mr. Canis further. Could you both try to break on? Calm for now. Edgeworth is just like, y'all chill. I got this. Just so used to enjoy tapping out my little letters in Braille.
Hold it.
Let's press that. Braille, that's how you wrote all of them? That's right, I have the tools to do so in my cell. What exactly did you write about, if you don't mind me asking? This and that, general chit-chat, and chess moves, of course. You wrote the chess moves in Braille too, that's interesting. Speaking of chess moves, how does that piece you carved yourself move, the dog? And now, I'd like to know what happened when the letters stopped. Sen and my son tried to imagine where he might have gone. Who's this pup he keeps talking about? Seems that not even Mr. Canis knows his true identity. You should focus on what you do know. There were connections between the two of them. He's eating a treat in the bowl. Yes, the doggo's a good boy. I've been remember from contact him after 70%, but then I stopped hearing from him. I couldn't help but worry. I'll look at the evidence real quick. In that contact, to perform notes written beside diagram of your chest. So you've done your homework. Hey, Mr. Knight, right? This ring belongs to Mr. Knight, Mr. Fender. Take a closer look at it. Okay. This was evidence in the IS-7. The cops finally tracked down Frost's kids and gave it back. It was Frost's son. Didn't that also make him Kenneth's young pup, our evil mastermind, in other words? Can't be, he's dead. There's no way he could be at the center of all this. Some sort of connection between Knight and Canis. As you know, I've been trying to find out who Canis thinks the comments on the chests. But now we know. I'll be pulling Knight in my office for a thorough grilling. Okay. Aunt cheese. Bishop to G2. Rook, no, pawn to G6. The mastermind's still waiting in the wings somewhere, biding his time, watching. You got a little carried away there. Not at all, my dear. We found your little chap most enlightening. We played correspondence chess for quite some time. Let's save. I don't have a lot of HP left. I'm a little worried. You said that you wrote all of your letters in Braille, is that correct? I don't mean to be rude, Mr. Prosecutor, but you do know my condition, don't you? Oh! I just thought it was weird that there was handwriting on it, but then that's right. On the piece of paper, there's no Braille. That's odd because the chess diagram we found in Knight's cell didn't contain any Braille at all. Surely that's impossible. How so exactly? Maybe someone typed Mr. Canis's letter out on purpose? Meaning there may have been some sort of intermediary between the two of them. So then... Mr. Canis says he wrote the letters in Braille, and yet the letters received by Mr. Knight contained no Braille at all. It suggested there must be a third party who typed Mr. Canis's letter out. Guess it could have worked in the same way on the flip side too. Whoever it was could have taken Knight's letters and turned them back into Braille. It could indeed. Correspondence chess diagram data updated in my organizer. Letter from Canis retyped by the mastermind, then sent to Bronco Knight. I think you and Mr. Knight were both communicating with this person, Mr. Canis. The answers you received, they were written in Braille too, yes. So some mysterious middle person really was retyping the Bronxter's misses. And that same person might well be our secret string puller. And they say there's another hidden mastermind behind this whole thing? So who's this new one? Bronco Knight, son of Artie Frost, is already dead. Okay, so we know Mr. Knight is Artie's son. But what if the other child from the incident 18 years ago was actually who we've been looking for? Carmelo Gusto's son, but who is he and where is he? If Nye was Frost's son, Gusto's son would have to be... He doesn't have any family, is he just like me? Mr. Saint! Of course, it all makes sense. I know exactly who our so-called mastermind is. Can hardly believe it, but it's somebody we know rather well. The person we've been looking for is... the person who brought him the chess set.
Take that!
It has to be the person behind all this. The person who forced Chairman Winner's hand by sending the letter to Rosie Ringer. The person who kidnapped Sean and bugged Kay and myself. The person who did the strangest thing of all. Who dragged Kay and carried her up to the roof of the big building. It was the monster. Yes, the monster. That was the key to unmasking our mastermind. We're doing a new show soon. I love you can come, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be joining Regina on stage for this one. Very big circus, the biggest, most fabulous event in town. You'll have oodles of fun. Miss Lloyd, could I ask for a favor? You told us you recorded the sound of Torosaurus breathing fire. Getting a little flashback here. Sure did, like I said, and precisely see the guy, but boy did I hear him. Can we listen to the tape? Surely can. Let's see. That's it. That sound, it must be what I think it is. My theory has to be correct. Edgeworth knows something he's not sharing with the class. The truth about the monster, the identity of the person behind all this, all falling into place. Miss Hart, you saw a giant eye at the window of the storeroom, did you not? Snapping a picture of it too, even you can't rightly see it so well. Can't see it right now, but... Detective Gumshoe! Your image analyzer, can we borrow it again? I'm gonna look at this photograph right here. What are we looking for? Clues we're looking for must be here, we just have to find it. I don't really know where we're going with this. I'm extremely confused. Edgeworth knows what's going on, but not me. Okay, so here's the eye. Torosaurus' own dang self. Yes, there it is. There it is at last. The monster commanded by the architect of this whole scheme. Oh no. Tabby Alata about to have a heart attack from this news. These aren't real. No, 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 no. The bull is not real. Because that isn't Torosaurus at all. It's the eye of a different giant beast entirely. Take a look at this if you would. Oh, it's the lion! The enormous lion balloon. That's the real monster. And the sound Miss Lloyd thought was the creature breathing fire? It's the sound of a hot air balloon. Now, Culprit was able to use that balloon to carry Kay up to the roof of the big building without even going near the elevator. What's me do with the circus? Friend of Bronxter. Son of Gusto. Yeah. Forgot to mention trainee animal tamer. It's hard to believe! It happened best friend. For a while. He's the one who's been pulling the strings this whole time. Oh, I did not. I mean, I sort of saw it coming, but I did not see that coming. Simon Saint is the one behind all this. I don't believe you. We trusted him. He trusted us. That'd be too horrible. I'm sorry, Kay. Alright, Sean. Sean has things to say. Nothing escapes he does at Young Pop. My congratulations, Mr. Edgeworth. But now that I know the truth, my business here is done. Huh? Oh no! We got attacked by Helmut! He disappeared. Don't worry. Oh no! The dog is gone! He killed my dad. He did, right? There's no easy way to say it, but sorry, Sean. It would appear that he did. Your real dad! He won't get away with it. I'll make him pay. He's in prison, son! Somehow, some way. Gavel says no. You mustn't say such things. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. You have to forgive us both. Yeah, bye, Pop! Let's put the call out. Several units on the lookout for Mr. Canis. I don't mean to hurry everybody, but we better be on our way too. Where do you think we'll find our mastermind? You should go after the mastermind right now. He said he had to practice for the show, which I guess meant he'll be a circus. Before we leave, there's something I'd like to ask of you, Agent Lang. Once the base has been sighted, the next step is to plan its capture. When we arrive, there's something we'll need to try to find as a matter of priority. Huh? And Detective, I'd like you to look into something that's been bothering me about Sean's kidnapping. Alright. There's somebody I'd like you to try to contact. If Saint really is our mastermind, we're going to need this person's help. Between our many encounters, I never suspected a thing, even though he was right there in front of me. I messed up. There's no other way of putting it, but I'm going to put things right once and for all. To be continued! To be continued. Alright, save our progress. Oh, it's a... So twisty! So twisty! We're off to the circus now, y'all! Like the clown that I am! April 6th, 5:30 p.m. Very Big Circus, Big Top. Regina! Hello, Regina! You guys come to watch the show? Hello, Miss Berry, Mr. Saint. You're a little early, I'm afraid. We're still practicing. I'm glad you kept your promise. I remembered you giving me this. You're gonna have so much fun. I think even you'll be surprised, Mr. Edgeworth. I think you've surprised me enough for one day already. What are you talking about? Oh, Regina. Regina. I have bad news about Simon. Would you mind looking at this photograph, Miss Berry? That's the eye paint on the balloon you used to advertise the circus, correct? Yeah, what is it exactly? I have a strong suspicion that the balloon was used by the criminal we've been looking for. Who's usually in charge of the balloon, if you don't mind me asking? She's so cute! Look at her! That would be Simon. Oh, wait, you don't mean... Oh, but I do mean, my dear. I do mean... Mr. Saint, you took the balloon out late the other night, didn't you? Sure, I was practicing. I'm still pretty bad at flying it, so I needed to put in some extra hours. At night, when it would have been even more difficult than usual? A strange time to decide to practice. But why else would I have taken the balloon now? What are you saying? And you weren't practicing at all. You were taking an unconscious Kate to the top of the big building. In order to frame her for the murder of Rosie Ringer. Security cameras never recorded Kate taking the elevator up to the roof, which means she must have gotten there another way, from the sky. And the only person able to make that happen would have been you. You don't understand? That's not all you did. You also attacked Sean in the garbage disposal area, drugged him, and carried him away. That's why you were late for the hearing of the courthouse, wasn't it? Alright, he's playing the denial card right now. He's playing the denial card right now. I never ever do anything like that. I wish I could believe you. But I can't. Any trust I had in you has been completely destroyed. I mean, back in jail, you said you believed I was innocent. I mean, you were technically innocent. You're innocent of the murder of Bronco Knight doesn't mean you're innocent of this crime. Just because you have no reason. I mean, you were innocent, but not anymore. It's just awful. I never thought you lied to me. Kay, you're playing right into his hands right now. Kay, stop. He's being manipulative.
Objection!
Edgeworth won't fall for it, though. Edgeworth won't fall for it. Got him on the ropes. I think we're far from it. It's gonna be a tough, lone battle, guys. A tough, lone battle. I see it now. That's your strategy, isn't it, with everybody? You root out their psychological weaknesses and exploit them. And without even realizing it, they wind up doing exactly what you want them to. Exactly the behavior one would expect from the arch manipulator behind all our recent troubles. I was too blind to see it before, but you won't fool me again. Simone Saint, you are guilty of crimes too numerous to mention. Oh, so that's how you want to play it, huh? You always did have the courage of your convictions, I guess. Luckily, grinding people's self-belief into dust is kind of a hobby of mine. Damn, he's got the animals under his control! Damn! He even has an armrest! Well done, all of you! Oh, okay. This is when Ungar show his true self. This is certainly a side of him we haven't seen before. So much for the trainee animal tamer who wouldn't hurt a fly. I guess that was all an act. But I'm glad we finally get to meet the real you. Oh, Regina! Truth, lies, what does it matter? All you need to know is that Mr. Edgeworth here has made me very mad indeed. And now he's going to pay. I was just out practicing. The slap at the end made me giggle. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Sure, I went up in the balloon a couple of nights ago, but I was just practicing. I guess somebody took that picture when I flew by the big building. I fly around the area doing promo stuff for the circus all the time. Nothing to see here, Miles. Nothing at all. Got the squirrels in his palms like he got the fake president and Fifi and chairman winner. So you go up in the balloon reasonably often? Is that true, Miss Berry? Well, it's true that it's Simon's job to go up in the balloon and spread the word. I guess it's just about everybody in the area would have seen him up there by now. Well, that same balloon was used in the commission for crime. Nonsense, I just happened to be in the area where it happened. Somebody took a picture when I was floating past the big building, that's all. Alright, here we go. Rebuttal. So press him on the fact that he was in the balloon. This balloon, do you usually launch it from here at the circus? No, you need a wide open space. There's a park over by Sunshine Coliseum. That's where I usually take off from. How do you get the balloon to the park to launch it? Not by hand, that's for sure. That thing must weigh a few hundred pounds. It's kind of impressive that it can even get off of the ground now that I think about it. Okay, how do you transport the balloon? We use a truck. You just load it on the truck and get it on, away you go. Oh. Use a truck, you say? A truck, you say? What color is this truck? Last time I took it out would have been 2 days ago. That could be important. I better keep that in mind. Okay, let's press him on the truck. Just to confirm, the truck hasn't been anywhere else since then. What would you need to confirm that? I just told you, didn't I? Answer the question. Or are you trying to avoid this one too? If I say something, you don't need to confirm it. Because I just said it. See how that works? But since you insist, the truck's been parked out back since the day before last. The balloon was still loaded on the back. Basket and all. Explain to me why that even matters. Alright, so he means to insist that the truck has been parked here since 2 days ago. You might have let more slip there than you realize, Mr. Saint. Alright, let's keep going. Let's press him on the fact that somebody took a picture when he flew past the big building. She's saying you just happened to fly past somebody with a camera, too. What? Next you'll say something like, there's no way that was a coincidence. Wow. Coincidence is a far and in between. I just don't believe this one. Damn. That facial expression right there. He really is a clown now. Yeah, don't play into his hands, Kay. He's deliberately trying to just frustrate us. He's hoping that by needling us, he'll be able to avoid the question. And why do you think he's trying to do that? Because he's a clown? No, because he's got something to hide. Precisely, so we can't let out. We have to stay on the offensive. We have to remain calm while doing so. You trying to tell us you just happened to fly past the big building? I wasn't going to answer. You're so bad at this, Kay. I guess I'd be better throw you a bone. Okay, let's press him on the fact that he does promo stuff with the circus. I think I know where they're going with this one. You're in charge of both the promotional work the balloon is used for and the balloon itself. Is that correct? It's true, ask the boss. Right, boss? Simon's in charge of keeping clean and making sure it's all working properly and everything. I don't think anybody ever even touches it except for him. Not lately, anyhow. Interesting. I think we can safely say he was in the balloon when it was photographed the other night. He's our mastermind. There are parts of his plan he would have had to carry out today, too. Perhaps we need to dig into this a little more. Okay. It was a balloon. It was flying through the sky like balloons do. End of story. Let's press him over. There's nothing to see here. Nothing at all. Not only were you flying at night, multiple crimes were committed on the same evening. And you expect me to believe that there's nothing to see, as you put it? It's not very nice, you know, starting fights with people. I'm a clown. We're all about smiles, not frowns. Try to spell upside down? Is that what you want to say? Okay. Alright. Let's present the truck.
Objection!
Anyway, objection! Condescending finger wag! Smells so good. This truck, it wouldn't happen to be blue by any chance. So what if it is? We happened to see a blue truck ourselves just today, one with a large basket load on the back. And that was the truck he told us about. And then your statement about not having moved in 2 days is a lie. Asia Lang! Emma! Hello, Emma! Been trying to find you ever since we wrapped up the case yesterday. Kay sent me a message saying you were here, so I came right away. Thanks, Emma! And I found what you asked me to go looking for. It was low down to a truck in the parking lot out back, a blue truck. Lion hot air balloon! Smaller balloons used for promotional purpose. Saint is in charge of it and drives it around the back of a truck. Add it to my organizer. I think that truck may be the one we saw earlier today. In fact, I'm almost certain of it. Just because it's blue like a million other trucks? What makes you so sure it's the exact same one?
Objection!
Worthless are the words of a man who can't back up his claim with evidence. There must be to prove it somehow. It's the same truck, I'm sure of it. Oh! Miles touched the truck! What can I use to prove it's the same truck? Fingerprint dusting. I like to have the truck dusted for fingerprints. Why would you want to do that? Because I can? What's it to you? Because I expect to find a certain very specific set of prints. And if I do, that will prove beyond all doubt that it's the truck we saw in front of the big building. Well, my print will be on it. Well, Miles's print. You gonna find your own prints on there? I do, because I put my hands on your truck when I saw it in front of the big building. Let's see what we can find, shall we? Emma, please do us the honors. Alright. Emma's making us do the hard work because the game's gotta have mini games to keep the player engaged. Spread the powder over the area you want to search for prints. Moving the cursor around, pressing space will allow me to dust the area with powder. Sticks to fingerprints, so once you found one, make sure to dump plenty on there. Then blow away the excess. Your mouth. That. Oh, okay. When with tea, should remove any excess powder. There's a lot of instructions here. There's a lot of instructions here. There's no such thing as too much powder, by the way. Go crazy. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna cover the screen with white powder. Because I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. It's like MS Paint. It's very satisfying in a way. Gotta get all the nooks and crannies. Alright, we're gonna make it white like snow. Careful not to put your face too close now, especially your nose. Why? Do you think this is not fingerprint powder? Could it perhaps be something else? Alright, here we go. The fingerprints! So scientific! It's a nice clean print you got there. Can we compare it to my prints right away? Magic forensic sounds. That confirms it's Mr. Edgeworth's prince, alright. And with that, another lie is exposed. What are you doing to the poor bunnies? Simone, what are you doing to the poor bunnies? What did they do to you? So what are you doing? So what were you doing in the truck? Oh, he's thought up another lie. Just driving around for fun, you know? Objection. Kay was abducted 2 nights ago, and your balloon was sighted nearby. Then today, another abduction, this time involving a truck supposedly used to transport garbage. And your truck was sighted nearby. Coincidence? Nothing more? You want me to believe that you were near the scene of 2 separate abductions simply by chance? Just be honest, you were involved in both. Makes you think they were even connected. Certain very important piece of evidence, that's what. This should be good. What connects Kay and Sean's abductions? Alright, I have to think about this very carefully. Alone. No. 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 None of these. Here we go! A sedative! Kay was drugged with a dose of a powerful sedative, and a bottle of sedative was found right where Sean was being held captive. The very same brand, no less. You try something like this? Still the same sedative was used, so what? Does that mean everything's connected? You know as well as I do that doesn't prove anything for sure. Must be a piece of evidence that can tie him to both crimes. You're all the same at the end of the day? Force the evidence to fit the crime and you flat out make it out just as long as somebody goes to jail. You're no different from a certain other evidence tampering we've had the physical meeting.
Objection.
Hit me with your killer piece of evidence. You must have one, right? You don't have anything that can tie him directly to both kidnappings. We have to have something. Anyway, oh, Eddie to the rescue! There's no need to get all hot under the collar. We don't want your good looks running down your face now, would we, Simon? Oh, pal! Bender's so unfazed. You just sense the vibe getting a little harsh and heavy, yeah? Thought I ought to lighten the mood. Help me out here, Kay. Lift our spirits with a little dose of the great thief magic. Let me see if I can do Simon's voice. Here it goes. What? That you could do with somebody running a little interference for you, Master. Not the most ethical approach, but... Again, Kay, again! You can worry about whether or not this is the right thing to do later. This is my last chance to try and prove a connection between Mr. Saint and his crimes. Let's forget the kidnappings for now. Is there anything else to suggest that he's our mastermind? Of course. Candace is looking for our secret string puller too. The young pup, as he called him. If I could prove that Mr. Saint was that same young pup, then perhaps... What evidence do I have that might point to him being involved behind the scenes? It's the letter. Conquer was broken by Mr. Winter. For Sora's head. Okay. Evidence that might point to him being involved behind the scenes. Forget the kidnappings for now. Is there anything that suggests that he's our mastermind? Candace is looking for our secret string puller too. This is 5. Instant file. One of the children said the orphanage yard fires pranks sometime during the evening before the incident. Are we talking about the chess diagram?
Take that!
Okay. Both have been communicating with the secret string puller. Our mastermind was involved in Candace and Knight's correspondence chess exchanges. If I can prove that Mr. Saint was the hidden intermediary between the two of them. Alright. Let's see where we can go from here.
Objection!
I have an objection! Thank you, Mr. Fender. I can take it from here. Thanks, Fender! I'm Simon the funny clown. Look at me. I'm, juggling. Okay, you can stop now. Mr. Saint! You're a fan of chess, I take it. Where'd that come from? Chess? Sure. I don't hate it. Our secret string puller was playing correspondence chess with Mr. Canis. Thought Bronco was the one playing chess with Canis. You're saying he was our so-called mastermind? No, it wasn't him. Whoever it was went on manipulating events even after Knight's death. Take a look at this letter if you would. Who do you think could have written it? I believe it's the person who had inserted themselves between Mr. Kane and Mr. Knight. Mr. Canis and Mr. Knight. Think that person was me? Why would I go to all that trouble? That's crazy. To make it appear that the two men were connected and communicating directly with one another. The very fact that led Fifi Lagarde to murder him. Stop trying to get Mr. Knight killed. What do you think I am? Some kind of evil puppet master? I'm me! Just look at what you're doing right now, bro! You see me, I can barely even get the animals to do what I want. Kind of seems like the pig, the squirrel, and the cats are doing exactly what you want them to do. If you find one of the letters he passed between Knights and Canis, that would prove the connection beyond a doubt. I'd like to have your room searched. I believe my Oh, he's objecting. You won't. Trust me. Once I'm done with something, I put it straight in the trash. Guess I'm not the sentimental type. Why get hung up on the past? He must have disposed of any incriminating items in order to cover his tracks. Guess you went in without the evidence you needed once again. This doesn't prove anything either. We've fallen short yet again. What do we do now? We're out of options. Bro, why is his tongue always out of his mouth? Hold it. Hi, Regina. What is it? Sorry, it's just I was thinking about what you were saying and this Knight person, you mean Bronco, right? Simon's friend? Yes, Regina! Yes, what of it? Does she know something? A letter came from him this morning for Simon. Huh? What did you do to the poor buddy, Simon? How is it possible? Knight is dead. Miss Barry, we need to see this letter right away. Sure, here you go. Let's open it up, shall we? Here's my next move, pawn to g6. Anybody else smell checkmate? Can't wait to see your face when you lose. But you're never going to beat me, not at chess. It's another correspondence chess letter. The next move from the game with Mr. Canis. Can anybody else smell checkmate? Can't wait to see your face when you lose. But you were never going to beat me, not at chess. Postmark the 26th of March. The day before Knight died. I guess it must have gotten held up en route. Oh, we do move around a lot as part of being a traveling circus. Our mail arrives late all the time. Interesting that it's addressed directly to you, Mr. Saint. This is it, isn't it? The proof we need that you were the one facilitating Mr. Canis and Mr. Knight's games. One of the letters you would have transcribed into Braille in order to create the illusion that they were somehow connected. Curse you, Bronco! You still getting in my way even now? Oh, you hate him? I thought you guys were best friends. This and I was your only friend. We weren't friends. Oh. Tell me something I don't know. I stopped thinking he was my friend 18 years ago. Right around the time of the IS-7 incident, in other words. I nearly froze to death because of him. I was just about to head out and meet my dad at the contest. Then Bronco showed up. He pinned me down and tied me up. He was crying the whole time, whining on and on. I'm sorry, but my dad said I have to do this. And if I don't do that, what he says? He's so scary. I'm not there to taste his candy from. He'll be upset. But no, he locked me in that car with him, and the two of us nearly died. Thought he could get out, but when he tried the door, it was frozen shut. We were trapped. And that's how I lost my dad. Bronco's dad killed mine. He was the son of a murderer. No, it makes sense. Does it mean it doesn't match up with what we know at all? The ring belongs to him. Simone, the victim in the IS-7 incident, was a guy named Artie Frost. That was my dad's name. My memories got kind of scrambled that day. What little I remember was pretty mixed up, so I didn't find out until later that my dad was murdered. The murder was a man named Carmelo Gusto, a confectioner. I never knew Bronco's father's name, or maybe I chose not to remember. Just thinking about the sicko that killed my dad turns my stomach. Mr. Say, you sure you didn't know the name of the murder until just now? Do you think I sit on it if I did? No, I had to report him to the police straight away. All I knew was that Bronco's dad tricked my dad. And that's how I knew my dad was the one who was killed that day. Bronco was a traitor. He helped his father murder mine. He was the son of a cold-blooded killer. He deserved to die. I'm sorry, Mr. Saint, but you made a mistake, a big one. What do you mean? Artie Frost was a sculptor. He'd been working in France not so long before the murder, under the name Paul Halig. I'm afraid it's only natural that you don't, because he wasn't your father. Wait, what? But you need to know the uncomfortable truth. This piece of evidence proved that you're not Artie Frost's son. Well, just because Bronco had the ring doesn't mean... I mean, I guess it could have. Bronco's chest and a ring? Take a look at the ring for me if you could. If you would, what does engraved on it tell you? It's 2 letters, right? This is the seal with which Paul Halig used to mark his works. It was found next to Artie Frost's body 18 years ago. Why would Bronco have a memento of my father? The police looked for Frost's son for a long time, and eventually they found him. The ring was handed over to the man they were able to prove was his child, Bronco Knight. Oh, so he's confused? That you are in fact the son of Carmelo Gusto. That can't be. My dad was... I remember, don't I? Bronco tied me up and locked me in the car. It was his fault I lost my dad. Is he a circus thingy him in jail? Just looking forward to the next move in our little chess game, so the show is just the icing on top. Yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. Come back soon, okay? I'll be mulling over my next movement. Oh! Bronco thought he was playing with Simon. Speaking of which, I put a little something in your chest set. You can take a look at it later. You had entertained me 18 years ago. It wouldn't have to end like this. I did all that, and now you're telling me that it was my father who killed Broncos? And what was all this for? I didn't want to wind up dead, too. I didn't want to be weak and vulnerable. That's why I tried to be like Canis, why I stayed in touch with him all these years. And there we have it, the truth at last. Mr. Saying you were Mr. Canis's correspondence chess partner. And you were the one manipulating events this whole time. So the fact that he almost got his friend killed gave him PTSD into thinking that everything he done was done to him? It reminds me it was me all along. I was the one who witnessed the murder 12 years ago, but you knew that already. President's assassination, just as we thought. Which means he's the one who drew the picture. And they knew it too. That's why Lagarde kept questioning me, day in and day out. It got so I couldn't face what I knew the next day would be a brain. I was a nervous wreck. They could blame me for wanting to get out of there. But I imagine it wasn't as easy as simply running away. Winter would have sent his men after you. No matter where I went, they were on me. They never stopped coming 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. I couldn't sleep at night. Even the smallest noise had me chasing shadows. It drove me crazy. So I joined the circus. At least that way, moving from place to place was part of the job. My whole life I've been up against the chief prosecutor and the warden of a prison. No regular person could hope to stand up to people like that. From the time I was a child, I had nobody. But they weren't even the worst of it. The body double was behind it all, controlling everything. He may have been a fake, but he was the president of an entire country. What hope did I have? There was only one person I could turn to, Canis, the man who saved my life. He wasn't like Bronco, he really did want to help me. That's quite a claim. Strange to think of our famously ruthless assassin winning the admiration of the child he saved. You showed me how to stop being a victim, to stop being hunted, and become a hunter myself, and they all became my prey. But I doubt even you imagined that the body double would ever go so far as to co-opt our country's police. No, I sure didn't. As long as Winter was around, no evidence was ever going to stand. Even nearly managed to ruin things this morning. Lagarde almost got away with it again. But I know him now like the back of my hand. I could see exactly how it was going to all go down. So you saw right through their plan, how Chairman Winter would try to suppress the evidence in Warden Lagarde's trial. That's why you kidnapped Sean, correct? You wanted to force a guilty verdict regardless of the presence of evidence or the rule of law. Maybe I did, but how else was I going to make them pay for what happened 12 years ago? Whatever happened helps you sleep at night. The Winter pulled one last surprise, didn't he? He tried to kidnap Sean himself in the hope of influencing the verdict. In other words, you chose the exact same course of action as the man you so fervently claim to hate. Only if I'd actually kidnapped anyone at all. But I'd never do anything so wicked. Never ever me commit a crime. No. And besides, I don't hate the three of them. If anything, I'm grateful. If they hadn't done what they did, my revenge wouldn't have been nearly as fun. So you admit it. Your motive in all of this was nothing more than revenge? Sure, I admit it. So what? I despised every single one of them. But here's the kicker. I didn't kill anybody. The most you can blame me for is writing the odd letter here and there. A quick note to Ringer to tell her about Winter. Another to him so he knew about her. The fact that they wanted to kill each other and one of them succeeded, that was all on them. Okay. Same thing at Gore Lake. People are much easier to control than animals, you know. The whole fake assassination plot, I handed that to Bronco on a plate. So Rook's murder. That was all Bronco's idea, nothing to do with me at all. So he didn't want to get Rook killed. So move things in the right direction, wouldn't you say, and fate a crazy thing. Setting Lagarde up was easy too. I just made it seem like Nine and Candace were in contact with each other. And slipped the chisel inside the chess set. So it was you who put it in there. I'm pretty sure that's what he meant earlier. Thought that might point everybody nicely in Candace's direction. Worked out pretty well, even if I do say so myself. Who knew that would be all it took to make that awful woman murder Bronco? I guess she got to where she just saw enemies everywhere she looked. I know the feeling. Even the smallest thing can send your paranoia into overdrive. Oh, I know that feeling. And then things get ugly quickly. I had a front row seat for the whole show. You were the last piece to put into play, of course. Huh? You solved both cases and finally brought down Winter and Lagarde. I guess you could say your powers of detection were the weapon that put an end to them both. Instead, I didn't solve those cases for your sake. Sure, you didn't know you were doing me a favor. You were just playing at being an attorney for a little while, right? All I had to do was cower and say no, 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 no a few times. And you rode to my rescue like the hero you are. Is getting arrested part of your plan too? No, that wasn't something I expected, I have to admit. I never thought they'd take the chisel for the murder weapon. That was a real plot twist. Made my blood run cold, for sure. Then who should come through with a turnabout to end all turnabouts? The greatest legal mind of his generation. My knight in shiny armor! Oh, damn. I bet it felt pretty good saving me like that, huh? You ought to thank me, you know? I don't do that for many people. I'm playing at being an attorney. Just trying to help you because helping people is what Mr. Ashworth does. Oh, did he? You sure he was just trying on his dear departed daddy's shoe for size? It's projecting plain and simple, painting other folks with his own grubby brush. It's not just that he doesn't trust other people, the poor kid doesn't even understand the concept. Bander come in with the harsh truth. Doing something for somebody else's sake? Forget about it. You'll never understand. Think I care what you have to say about me? Consider this for a second. I've gotten my revenge on everybody I set out to get it from, and yet you can't prove I incited anything. There we go. Think about it, I never actually did anything. What's my crime exactly? Explain it to me. Being can pin an incitement charge on me? Read my letters. I don't mention murder anywhere. If I did, maybe you'd have the case. Maybe you could say I encouraged them. But it's the same story as always, I'm afraid. You can't prove I did anything at all. I ever admitted to sending letters. Letters which didn't threaten, coerce, or encourage anybody to do anything. I just passed on what you might call pertinent information. Slippery one, I'll give him that. Alright, what about this? Incitement stuff he's talking about. Incitement, K. It means to encourage or direct another person to commit a crime. In the eyes of the law, it's seen as equivalent to committing the crime himself. Yeah, murder by proxy. So then we just need to prove that he told him to do it. You say that like it's going to be easy. Guess maybe you're not so big on due process after all. Being can make me carry the can for murders I had nothing to do with? Think again. I don't even have to talk to you if I don't want to. In fact, why am I still talking to you? Damn! I can think of one reason the tennis surrounded there's nowhere left to run. Asian Lang, you gotta have cause, though. You don't think I planned my escape, too? What if, just to pluck an idea out of nowhere? I trained all of these vicious wild beasts to attack on command, for example. All I had to do was say the word, then slide off stage in the chaos. I'm just spitballing, but you'd pay to see that, wouldn't you? I could just as easily take Sean hostage with a gun I may or may not have in my pocket. Yeah, you know what? That would make for a killer show. It's hard to know what lengths he might actually be prepared to go to. But knowing what we know about him already, we have to be prepared for the worst. I'll humor you, but once the curtain goes up on this little performance, it better be a lively one. Bore me and we're done here, alright? Let's see if you can keep me entertained, shall we? It's not gonna give me an inch. There must be something we can do. We can't let his crime go unpunished. Alright, let's save here real quick. Lest we die. Lest we die. Oh, this is the end game now. I'm a little scared. Can't prove I incited anything. If I actually did anything, what's my crime exactly? Explain it to me. Can I press him? You encourage others to commit murder, and those murders are duly committed. If I can prove it, you will be punished just as if you had done the deed yourself. Chairman Winter, Warner Lagarde, and Bronco Knight. All were criminals in their own right, and all committed unforgivable acts. But all were induced to commit those acts by somebody behind the scenes. Oh ho! Oh ho! Oh ho! You really don't hold back, do you, Miles? But it doesn't change anything. Okay, let's press him on the incitement charge. Nowhere at all? You didn't look? I can give you a minute if you like. I'm clearly confident that I won't find anything. It's true. It's true. You must have planned those letters down to the last word. Can't prove I encouraged him to commit these murders. Your incitement charge goes up in smokes. Too bad, so sad! Damn, fighting words.
Hold it!
You know for a fact that you made those murders happen. I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winter kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. Told me yourself. Did I? And you can prove it? If you can't, the sense here. Just ask yourself, could the sweet innocent boy have done things you're saying? No, 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 no. Hate to admit it, but he's right. Without proof, we have nowhere to go with this. We could only prove that he said on what he said on that phone call. We could, though. A recording of signals that were intercepted from Bogdan's planted in case pin.
Objection!
Oh, that did not go. That did not go. It's okay. This is why I saved, because I knew this would happen.
Hold it!
Okay. We already pressed him on this. I don't think there's any clue here.
Hold it!
Okay. Press him on that.
Hold it. Objection.
Improve it. And this ends here. Press him on the last statement.
Hold it.
Same story as always? What do you mean by that? Why does that matter? That's not important here. You know what is important though? That you can't prove nothing. Until we have some way of showing that he's guilty, we're just going to continue floundering. I thought I'd thrust items of evidence in front of him and hope for the best, or I go over it all one more time. Whichever method I choose, proof is the only way we're gonna get anywhere here. He confessed to me over the telephone. He told me he was the one who made Chairman Winter kill Rosie Ringer. I just need to find a piece of evidence that proves that what was said on that call. No, this is an older message. This report from Lagarde. A report, ring of signals. If it actually did anything, what's my crime exactly? Okay, well that's the pin. That. This doesn't really show anything. Let's present the bug and see what happens. Let's save first. Getting very paranoid. Let's press on everything again.
Hold it.
See if there's anything new. I don't think he's gonna say anything new, but we'll keep pressing.
Hold it. Hold it. Objection.
Let's see. To prove what he said on that phone call.
Hold it.
Prove what he said on that phone call. He messaged me on the phone. He told me he was the one who just need to find a piece of evidence that proves what was said on that call.
Hold it. Objection.
Let's take a look. I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winter kill little Miss Rosie Ringer. Let's try presenting the bug. No, I didn't go anywhere. Incompetent incident. This time, read my letters. I don't mention murder anywhere. Yeah, maybe I have a case, but it's the same story as always. You can't prove I did anything at all. It's the big building. Doesn't really help right now. Combination lock. Hoarding plushie.
Objection!
Oh! I got it! I got it! I'm afraid you're wrong. I have proof that you meant for at least one murder to happen. Hello, Parsicle. What crime was committed this time? Well, technically 3 murders has happened. We're trying to prove this clown right here committed murder by proxy. He's saying all he did was write letters, but Edgeworth is saying otherwise. Said so yourself. There's something I need to tell you. Truth is, I was the one who made Big Bad Chairman Winter kill Little Miss Rosie Ringer. I said that? Weird, I don't remember. Condescending shoulder shrug. I know you think you can worm your way out of everything, but this time you're wrong. Because our conversation was being recorded by somebody intercepting the signal from the very listening device you planted. Yes, it was! You got your conversation with the clown here on tape. That's what you're trying to tell us? Yes, HLA! Lindsay says, a schemer schemes will swallow him in the end. Mr. Lloyd, could you play us the tape, please? You bet I can! It's this part right here. Mr. Edgeworth, that's Jessica Bell's cell phone. Who is this? You're the one who abducted Kay. I was as surprised as... Something wrong, Miss Lloyd? Seems we maybe didn't quite catch the next one on tape. Tabby! Poor babies, you think I leave myself wide open like that? Well, think again. Oh no, I have a bot. There's something a little special about that bug, you see. It can be turned on and off remotely. Remote control bugs? Sure they exist, but... So you switch it off to avoid being recorded? Bingo.
Objection!
You would have had to know you were being recorded in the first place. And I did, of course I did. It was so obvious that someone was eavesdropping, and that's because... Miss Lloyd, was it? You knew about the kid prosecutor's kidnapping without any prompting. You heard that whole conversation? I did indeed, Opal, but I must say, I thought you would have figured it all out so much sooner. Now, where were we again? The part where if you couldn't prove incitement, it was game over. Must have recorded something you can use. Hey, K Meister. The old buckaroo was hitting your pen that whole time, right? They shake anything loose from the old brain tree? You're the only one who's been directly in contact with him before. So sad, relying on flawed evidence, desperately trying to make it stick. Next topic, please. He's trying to steer us away from our current line of inquiry. The fact that Kay is the only one who's been directly in contact with him before. Kay had a one-to-one encounter with him only recently. What if the sound from that point in time had been recorded? Miss Lloyd, how long were you recording the intercepts from the bug for? Started about 2 nights back. In which case, during which time frame would be likely to find Mr. Stain's voice on that tape? I feel like it missed a little context. Why is there a clown? Because we're in a circus, Brondo, and there was always a clown at a circus. Usually it's me, but today it's Simon. Give us something from... Two nights ago. Mr. Saint abducted Kay and took her up to the roof of the big building 2 nights ago. What if there was recording from around that time? Quickly, play us any tape you have from the night before last. What do you mean, what, Brondo? Can't you see we're in a circus? There's a gorilla in the back and everything. There's lights and stuff. Let's see. That's the sound of the balloon. At around that time, imagine Mr. Saint would have been transporting you in it. Which means he can't have been too far away from you or the bug. Is there anything else on the recording, I wonder? Oh! That noise. That was a gunshot. Turn the bug off then too, it seems. Unluckily for you, you were a little late in doing so. How do we go from the Biggs building to a simulation of murder 12 years ago to the circus all in one day? Magic! Magic! There's no escaping it now. That gunshot ties you directly to the case. Nobody ever even mentioned a gun. He's wrong. Somebody involved with this case is charged with a firearm. I just need to remember who it was and present the evidence, pieces of evidence that proves it. Which piece of evidence shows that the gun was used in an incident related to this case? Oh no. IS-7 was from 18 years ago. SS-5 was from 12 years ago. That's crushing. Rosie was stabbed. If I recall. Gun was used in an incident related to this case. A gun? Gun? Why is there a clown? You're just gonna have to go back and watch the VOD. This case info from 18 years ago wouldn't have anything to do with guns. gun? Victim was struck in the head. Stage photograph. Gun was used in an incident related to this case. Honestly, I don't know. I don't think this is right. Gun? When was the gun used? Didn't like you. Is the person who fired the gun the same person that kidnapped me, do you think? It's a possibility, but not a certainty by any means. We need to find a piece of evidence tying somebody involved in this case to a firearm. Gunshot capture on that tape has everything to do with this. I'm going to prove it. This piece of evidence showed that a gun was used in an incident related to the case. As I'm asking ChatGPT, I also have them list me a top 10 list of local restaurants in my area. What, where you can go find people being murdered? Gun? Fell off. Latest in the series of a 12-year hiatus. Death by crushing. And a gun? When was the gun used? Alright, nothing on here. The signals that was intercepted. Lion lilies were found. These are from the old case. Huh? Gun was used in an incident related to this case. Was the person who fired the gun the same person that kidnapped me? It's a possibility, but not certainty. You find a piece of evidence tying somebody involved in this case to a firearm. Firearm? Firearm. Firearm. Would have been 2 nights ago. No, that's not it. I'm So confused. Gotta save in case I die. To prove that a gun was used. Person who fired the gun, the same person that kidnapped me. It's a possibility, but not a certainty. Somebody involved in this case to a firearm. I have 7? Okay, this has nothing to do with the gun. I suspect it didn't really involve a gun either. Which piece of evidence shows that a gun was used in an incident related to this case? Underground auction?
Take that!
Well, that's not it either. I'm so confused. Bunker is broken, Earth exposed of Celsius, spinner dug up, President wins corpse. It's been from 2 nights ago.
Take that!
I'm honestly just grasping at straws at this point. I'm trying to think. Okay. The person who fired the gun, the same person that kidnapped me. It's a possibility, but not a certainty. And you find a piece of evidence tying somebody involved in this case to a firearm. Someone used a firearm? Firearm? Mechanic's gloves. He wasn't shot though. Stabbed.
Take that!
So lost. I might have to do this the old-fashioned way. I have to do this the old-fashioned way because I'm so confused. Gunshot catch on the tape has everything to do with this. Which piece of evidence shows that a gun was used in the incident related to this case?
Take that!
I'm really confused. I'm not sure where the gun comes into this. I don't recall a gun being mentioned at all. Two nights ago.
Take that!
God was involved? When? Oh no. I'm starting to loop myself into a VTuber's floor storeroom. Didn't see the president pass through. From yesterday evening.
Take that!
Never getting through this. Can't present a person, so it has to be one of these things. I could test that.
Take that!
Alright. Can't figure this out, so we're gonna consult Professor Google. Even though I loathe consulting Professor Google, but I don't have a choice. We're gonna be here for a while. I don't recall a firearm ever being involved in this. Okay. Oh. Has to do with the president's autopsy report. Hang on. Let's read that again. Gunshot residue detected on right hand. Oh, I did not read that. Totally on me. Totally on me for not reading. It's written right here on the president's autopsy report. Trace of gunshot residue were detected on his hand. And where was Kay when the gunshot was recorded? She was in the balloon being taken by you to the top of the big building. However, the roof wasn't as deserted as you needed it to be. I was there with the president. Not long after we started talking, he noticed something and told me to leave. If a gunshot rang out shortly after that... Screw chat GPT, got no taste in food, caught up and I still don't get what's going on. Screw it, let it ride. It's alright. It's a pretzel. It's a pretzel is what it is. You're just going to pretend to ignore me? What else do you expect to do when you keep spouting your weird theories? We didn't just hear a gunshot on that tape. If you listen carefully, you can hear that the bullet hit something too. Would the president have been aiming at Mr. Saint? What would the bullet have struck? The hot air balloon, obviously.
Take that!
I think the president was firing at the balloon. And he was, what we heard on that tape, could have been the bullet hitting the basket. Take a look and see, shall we? Alright. Oh, there it is! There it is! A hole. The bullet stuck in it. There's a bullet hole in the bottom of the basket. I call that pretty conclusive proof. Lion hot air balloon data updated in my organizer. Stop abusing those bunnies, Simon! Well, Mr. Sane, how to explain not just the sound on the tape but the accompanying bullet hole? You see everything, don't you? It's pretty impressive, I have to admit. No, Google's impressive. I'm not. I doubt there's anything I could hide from you if you really wanted to find it. Shut up and confess, will you? Alright, no need to get cranky. What really happened 2 nights ago? Alright. I'll admit I flew the balloon up to the roof, but when I'd arrived, Judge Gaval and the president were already there. That came as a surprise, I have to say. Only the president noticed me and he made the good judge leave right away. And he pointed his gun at me and fired. But why was he trying to shoot down the balloon? Well, that's simple enough. When I arrived, he was just about to murder your friend, the judge here. Wait, what? You told him about Sean. What did you think would happen? Why do you think he met with you in the first place? He thought you were going to expose him as an imposter. Because she knew the truth about Sean's parentage, he was afraid. Afraid? Yeah, you could say that. The man was a total coward. I mean, we knew that already. His hands were shaking so much when he tried to get rid of me, he couldn't even shoot straight. So you see, I just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was an innocent bystander. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's press him on the fact that he flew a balloon up to the roof. While he's doing that, I'm gonna get a snack. Around what time would that have been? After 11. Check the timestamp. 11:05. Okay. Alright. No contradictions here, but the fact that we've confirmed the time is important nonetheless. Alright. Let's press him on the fact that the judge and the president were already there.
Hold it!
So you didn't expect to find the two of them there? Of course not, why would I? But it's lucky I got there when I did. We don't know what would have happened if I'd been any later. It was just about trying to kill you, Gaval. It's alright, Gaval. It's in the past. It's in the past.
Objection!
It's in the past. Don't worry about it. Don't worry, Your Honor. Edgeworth will take it from here. Don't worry about it, Verity. As is John, to say you'll look after both of us. Edgeworth got this. I'm just gonna be here snacking on my sugar crisp. And I pray that the goddess of justice will watch over us all. Your precious goddess didn't even warn you there was a balloon right behind you. I don't know why I did that voice. Huh. Only the president noticed me and he made a good judge to leave right away. Let's press that. He made her leave, but why? I bet he didn't want to do it in front of witnesses. Murderers don't tend to like that. Still didn't know he wasn't the real president, right? His secret was safe for the time being. And now that he knew about Sean, he could kill both of them whenever he wanted. He got lucky when he died, huh? Why the frowns? I'd be smiling from year to year if I were you. I don't think anybody will be smiling until this matter has been cleared up once and for all. Alright, let's keep going. Your wish is my command! Where were we? I guess the witness suddenly appearing in the sky must have shaken him up pretty badly and he panicked. Alright, let's press him on the fact that he pointed his gun at me and fired. At him and fired. Not me, him. You're lucky that the bullet only struck the bottom of the basket. Yeah, I tried to get out of there the second he pulled out that gun. Couldn't have my balloon gun pop. It was a close run thing. So you left right then and there? Of course I did. He was shooting at me. Are you saying there's a problem with that? Oh, they don't have a photo. That present a problem. So I'm trying to figure out. What about a line lily? I'm just gonna say there's a problem and then we'll YOLO this. We're gonna save and YOLO. Cheating like a boss. Oh yeah, there's a problem. In the end, you managed to leave Kay there, up on that rooftop. Which means you didn't actually leave the vicinity, did you? Guess I forgot to tell you the next part. After he shot at me, he escaped through the hatch to the 51st floor. I hung around a longer to make sure the coast was clear than land on the roof. Oh, well, that's not possible, though. Just shot me, he escaped through the hatch to the 51st floor. Lotta didn't see anyone pass through. Cheaters never prosper, I'm telling Mom. I had a really bad joke for that. I'm not gonna say it.
Objection!
Anyway, objection! You're lying to us again. Of course you are. The president never entered the storeroom the night before last. Miss Hart testified to that fact. Stop abusing the poor bunnies every time Edgeworth gives you a proper rebuttal. Believe the word of a 2-bit hack over mine? I mean, you know, I'd rather believe of a 2-bit hack than a psychopath. I beg your gosh dang pardon. Say that about the chief again, I dare you. I'll wipe the smile right off your stupid clown face. Can't be mad at me, Brondo. I didn't say it out loud. So we know Hart was camped out on the 51st floor that entire evening. But if our fake president didn't escape through there, then how the heck did he get off the roof? An excellent question! And one that I hope to provide the answer to next. We know that he didn't leave via the elevator, so neither that nor the hatch are possibilities, which leaves only one possible way of escaping the rooftop. President left on the hot air balloon.
Take that!
He flew. Yes, Agent Lang, he flew. Yes, Kay, he flew. In Mr. Saint's balloon. Whoa, 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 whoa. Quit fooling around, Will, yeah? Why in the world would I get that guy to lift my balloon?
Objection!
Because he's already dead. There was a security camera on the elevator, and Miss Hart was on the 51st floor the whole time. There's no other way he could have left that rooftop. You know what the circus is all about? Making the audience think you're in danger, giving them a thrill. But it's time to bring this act to an end. I'm not in danger here, even if you think I am. What do you mean? Watch and learn, Miss Hart. Can I ask you something? Are we clowning now? Yes, Johnny. There's only one clown here. It's not the guy in the picture. It's me. I don't know what's going on anymore in this game. We were keeping guard on the 51st floor the whole time, right? Never even blinking for a moment. You bet your big toe I was. I done said as much in my testimony. So the noise, the sound of Mouse's faithful assistant falling through the hatch. That didn't scare you so badly that you fainted? Well, she did say that. Explains the noise that caused you to faint as well, Miss Hart. Yeah, Johnny. The only clown is me. So I don't know. I was following and now I'm not following anymore. I mean, I kind of still am. But honestly, Mouse is doing his own thing and I'm just here for the ride. Well, if it did, and the girl in the world don't get caught a little unaware sometimes. That's what you get for putting your faith in these people. How did you... Wait. I'm thinking. You get for putting your faith in these people. So he's basically admitting to dropping Kay down the hatch now. I see. I get clowned up for not knowing what's going on, but you get a pass violating the slide? I get a pass on everything. Didn't know. It's perks of being me. Yeah, at least you're a good-looking clown. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll be clowning you, Bronda. Apparently it's me, my brain cell.
Objection!
It doesn't matter. Kay can't have fallen down the hatch until after the president left the roof. You sure about that? Oh, he's coming in with the counter theory. Okay. Mr. Stay, in court, we call that a rebuttal. We call that a rebuttal. Swift Grips is really good. I'm gonna go get more from Corner Bakery. Ain't gonna lie, but I'm clowning here. Facts though, Johnny. Ari herself, we deserve your rights. There's only one person in charge, Brondo, and it's me. And it's me. And my corner bakery sweet crisp. Pretty sure this is like 500 calories. I don't care, it's good. Coward fake president fired his gun at me. Then he hid in the shadows until after your friend fell down that hatch. What does that mean? But the president hid until after Miss Hart fainted. He could have passed right through the 51st floor undetected. No, he couldn't have. He couldn't have because of the auction. No rights, only clout. Make me a case for viewer rights. ChatGPT, make it so that the reply will pass AI checkbox is shortened to one paragraph. Don't forget the top 10 locations to sightsee as well. The top 10 locations to sightsee is obviously all the places Peter showed you on Monday during his New York tour. Yeah, let's keep going. I'm eating my last crisp. I'm really sad right now. Oh, and another thing. I might have let Sean's identity slip to our pal, the president, while he was hiding in the shadows. That's why he went to Lisette to try and murder him the next day, only to wind up being killed himself.
Objection!
That doesn't make any sense. What possible reason could the boy have for doing so? Pretty good one. He already knew he was the president's son. And how did he discover that exactly? Because I told him in one of my trademark letters. Maybe I tell him, maybe I didn't. Oh, Sean, which is it? It was my fault the Torosaurus head fell off the roof. I admitted that much already. But I didn't find out about my dad until today. I swear. I knew about the falling head thanks to the bug. Who knew it was you who made it fall and the president died from being crushed, was it? That's confirmed at least. You were the murderer. Congrats on you getting your revenge. The murder of the so-called president. I don't think the fake president could have gone down the hatch and escaped. Because then he would have ran right into the auction. And I doubt that President Winter would have... I mean, President Winter wasn't the only person there. Other people would have noticed. I ain't listening to a menace society. I'm listening to a true hero, J. Jonah Jameson. Alright, Brondo. I'm getting so confused, Mudo, but we'll see. The murder of the so-called president. You know my MO by now, right? I'm a hands-off kind of guy. I just like to pull a few strings here and there. That was the case with Bronco, with Chairman Winter. So what makes you think I let that fake president set foot on my balloon? Besides, I thought he was crushed to death by that model monster head. And who set old Torosaurus noggin to falling, huh? Okay. It doesn't make any sense. We haven't lost it, Miles. Don't give in. We haven't lost it. I don't know what doesn't make sense, but something doesn't make sense. Admit it, you're all the same. You winner, the idiot phony president. You want the real culprit to go free so you can railroad me into jail cell, don't you? That's the justice you all came to love so much. You only love it when you can twist it to suit your needs.
Overruled. Objection.
Not going to take the move. I guess I'll have to step outside and speak to an office myself. There's something off about what he said.
Objection.
We're not done with your testimony yet, Mr. Saint. How did I know you make some excuse for stalling me along? It's something that doesn't make sense. I don't know what it is. There's something there. Because his explanation just doesn't make any sense. Like, conveniently, the head just fell? It just doesn't make any sense. Everything's so convenient. And like, if he really went down the hatch, wouldn't the chairman have noticed him? Don't have any proof, and he's winning. I need to cross-examine you, because there's something you're saying that doesn't make sense. I haven't figured out what it is yet, but I will. The stream is unfair. Ari does not care. Sitting at the screen plotting her damn scheme, make a chant for the protest. You know what's not fair? Me sitting here busting my butt to solve this crime, and all you gotta do is complain about viewer rights. That's what's not fair. Anyway, Fender wants us to take a deep breath. Because it's time like these, you need to kick back, take stock, and be grateful for what you have. The worst of times are when lawyers calmly show your biggest smiles, remember? The way in which the president made his escape is what you and Laughing Boy can't agree on. So how about this for a little thought experiment? What if it's not about whether the big guy in the purple jacket got on that balloon or not? But rather, under what conditions would Simon have been cool with letting him get on board? When he's already dead. Which was my original thought. I don't think he was crushed to death by the head. I think he was crushed to death by the hot air balloon. But I could be wrong either way. Remember to bring Squidward? He's our PR for our cause. Ew. Be the change you want to see? That's way too inspiring for Squidward. Give me your option, just my 2 cents worth, or your own mess, I guess I should say. Come on, Miles! What would Phoenix do? What would your dad do? Maybe Gregory's technique can still prove useful in this crazy modern era. Under what circumstances could the body double have been allowed on the balloon? When he's dead. In which case, he died on the roof. That's the only thing that makes sense. I told you she was onto it. Alright, here we go. It's gonna be tricky, but I have to tear his testimony down one statement at a time. Let's save just in case. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's surprise him on the fact that he's hands off. He's very hands off for he's a very hands on for a hands off kind of guy. And strings in question being those which shown the president's body double. I'm pretty confident of your abilities in that particular arena. Is that so where I am an animal tamer, remember? And what's the wildest animal of them all? That's right, humans. It didn't take much to get those two dancing to my tune. A little truth here, a little hint of revenge there. Somebody ought to thank me. Ignore him, Kay. He's not even a clown, he's a joke. This man's soulless sees of another's revenge in order to achieve his own. It is our duty to stop him. We'll succeed in that duty. Alright, let's press him.
Hold it.
And so you insist that you had no direct involvement in any of what occurred. What can I say? I don't like to get my hands dirty. Sure do love to watch the action unfold, though. You know, in another world, Moriarty would have liked you. All those idiots desperately trying to kill one another and they don't even know I lit the fuse. I love it. Haven't changed. Oh, you did 12 years ago was watched too. You talking about the whole SS5 thing? Ah, stop it. Your poor papa scrabbling around for answers and finding nothing. Shucks. What do they call that again? Rank incompetence. Agent Light, don't fall for it! Don't fall for it! Agent Light, don't fall for it! I got this. Agent Light, don't fall for it! Father may not have closed out the case, not publicly anyway, but it was thanks to his word that we're standing here right now. Your little pet isn't gonna magically solve this case. You know you have your theories. Oh, I have more than the theory. Let her know this is the start of a revolution, my brother! Alright.
Hold it.
It was the only way he could have gotten down from the roof of that building. Let's game this one out, shall we? Suppose I took him down to the ground like you said. What's wrong with doing that?
Objection.
So you admit it, you did take him on your balloon. This isn't like you. How do you think it went down? He held me at gunpoint and said, show me the city at night? It's ridiculous and you know it is, but you really failed to think this through. You said yourself you gave him Sean's identity. Surely that was enough to win him over. Okay. You must have put him to sleep and carried him away like you did with me.
Objection.
Okay. He wasn't drugged. Time of death was April 5th. So he couldn't... Okay. Press him on the fact that he was crushed to death by that model monster head. Actually, I have some doubts about that. I mean, if the president really was killed by the Torosaurus head... I mean, you're throwing your own pet there in the trash? It may have been my theory at one point, but that was when we thought the head was the only thing that could have crushed him. By the past tense, that's still your theory, no? Oh, I have other things right now. President's body was crushed under the falling Torosaurus head pack. It must be something. Some other piece of evidence that could link this man to the president's death by crushing. You think it's time you gave up? I don't like watching you struggle like this.
Hold it!
Sure, Sean was the one who caused the head to fall, that much we know. He even admitted it himself. He said it was accident.
Objection!
Quick about it. If you can't, I want to see the kid in handcuffs. You're only a stickler about the law when things are going your way. Mr. Singh killed the president's body double. It would have had to happen while the two of them were together on the roof. So what would he had to hand? That's the answer. What would he had to hand? We assume he was crushed by the Torosaurus' head, and the whole thing becomes Sean's fault. What if that wasn't what the president was crushed by? Is it something else that could have exerted a similar kind of force? YOLO.
Objection!
Oh! Sean didn't kill the president. The president was crushed by a monster. Yes, I really just said that, Simon. The only person in communion with monsters was you. No, I don't have you mixed up with somebody else.
Objection!
Why the false modesty? You're very close with at least one such creature. In fact, you can make this particular monster do exactly as you command. It was you who killed the president, Mr. Sane. I can prove it. Yes, the lion balloon. That's the only thing that makes sense! Quivering mockery of a monster filled with hot air, but a monster nonetheless. Not entirely unlike Mr. Sane himself. I lost you? What are you trying to say exactly? You crushed him with the balloon! You seem very keen to stick to your theory about having manipulated Sean the president. But no matter how true you may have wanted it to be, that was nothing more than a desperate lie. Even the most skilled animal tamer can't make the dead do his bidding. And the president was dead long before he left that roof, having been killed by your balloon. That thing may look lighter than air, but it weighs a few hundred pounds, right? When the president attacked you from the roof, you had to think quickly in order to protect yourself. The method you chose? Landing the balloon right on top of him. You didn't need to let him ride on that balloon, and he didn't need to coerce you into taking him, because what you took away was his dead body. You want me to wait a minute now? Sure! What you're saying is true. The president would have been killed 2 nights ago. Which would mean the time of death recording the autopsy was wrong. It's written right there. Time of death, April 5th at approximately 11 p.m. That's the part I don't understand! Means he died when the Torosaurus head fell off the roof. Well, not entirely true. Not if he froze his body. That's not entirely true. There are ways to manipulate the time of death. Either the report's doctored, or he manipulated the time of death somehow. Because it's the only way that makes sense. Your theory really have been so wide off the mark. I want to thank you once again. You hounded Winter and Lagarde until their crime were finally exposed, and by ruining them both, you helped me get my revenge. Gotta love those powers of deduction. The time of death matched up, everything else would fit. So could he possibly have cheated the time of death somehow? Remember, I him down for me. That was some great work you did there. Oh, Edward, you're catching up! He killed Frost and froze his body in order to conceal it. Yeah, I'm like, the time of death could be manipulated. It's not the end-all be-all. A simple change in temperature. An environment. I only wish I could have been there to see his downfall, too. He was your father. To be fair, his father didn't really care for him either. So scary, Miss Lagarde just keeps asking about what happened that day. Where are you, Dad? When are you coming to get me? Is it because I broke my promise because I didn't show up in time to help you taste your work? He was no father. He left me all on my own. What kind of person would do that? We may have shared the same blood, but that's it. Father, what a joke. But you all both chose the same way of disguising your time of death. You may not want to hear this, Mr. Saint, but you share more than blood. Hate him all you like, but you're more like your father than you know. What's that supposed to mean? Fate can be strange sometimes, but this was no coincidence. You and your father were the same, even the methods you chose. You deliberately threw off the time of death, just as he did. You rescued him from the warehouse refrigeration unit down by the harbor. Refrigeration unit in a depot? Of the time of death? How did I do that exactly? Mr. Sane! For all you're talking about manipulation? You don't watch CSI? Literally the oldest trick in the book. By hiding the president's body in a very specific place. The body right here. Sunshine Depot. You needed to keep the body cool somewhere, and you also needed somewhere to keep Sean. Who knew that the two were connected? Well, why am I bringing up the kidnapping now? Because, much as you may wish we had forgotten, we know that you kept Sean in a refrigeration unit. The same refrigeration unit in which you kept the president's body. Fake president. Just as your father froze the body he was trying to conceal 18 years ago. Yes, you're the same as him. Yes, the same as Sam who abandoned me. Can you stop abusing those poor bunnies? Sad irony, but an undeniable truth nonetheless. Objection. Nothing like him. I could never be like him. He's nothing to do with me, and we're nothing alike. Keep telling yourself that, bro.
Objection.
Sorry, kiddo, but I think it's pretty clear that you and old Gus had more than a little in common. You even told us you didn't like sweet stuff way back when we first met, right? That's not a product of your daddy issues. I don't know what is Vander! Wow, that was harsh. I have no affiliation with this group. I disavow all these accusations being claimed. Ask for immunity from being prosecuted. Damn. Yeah, my chat's just going off on their own. You understand? You may have tried to disown your father, but he lives on in everything you do. You think the same way? They do, actually. And you're every bit as prepared as he was to sacrifice others in order to protect yourself. Your crimes were even exposed in the same manner. You couldn't be more similar. Should I say become the very thing he hates the most in the world? I don't think there's a worse punishment for him than that. I don't know anything about a refrigeration unit. And the kidnapping, nothing to do with me. Nonsense. You did it so you could blackmail Judge Gavelle. We know for a fact you were involved.
Objection.
You're a real danger to be around, you know that, Miles? What aren't you going to accuse me of? But it changes nothing, you still don't have any proof. Of incitement, of kidnapping, of anything. You planning on maybe fabricating some? Taking a leaf out of the old winner playbook? Excuse me? Miles would never! Miles would never. Okay, don't rise to the provocation, Miles. You're better than that. So how the law keeps people down, isn't it? And why I had to get my revenge myself. I got away with it. I got away with it all. The Gar winner, and now you. None of you can touch me. Anything you can do. Everything points to this man being our culprit. We need evidence, even just one piece. Oh, Simon's getting ready to bail. Stick around for the main event, won't you? I'll even let you in for free if you finally admit defeat. He's having a good time. Hold it! Who was that? Detective Gumshoe! Sorry to keep you waiting, sir. What you got for me, detective? I've been doing my job just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me. Do you have anything to report? I had them look into a few things real quick, sir, about the refrigeration unit where the kid was kept. It was registered to the Very Big Circus, just like you said. And there it is, just in the nick of time. Excellent work, detective. Well, Mr. Saint? Must be some kind of mistake. Why would a circus need a refrigeration unit? Coming to the rescue! That's right, one brain cell. A valid question, I suppose, but we're no expert on the circus trade. Perhaps we can ask your department manager for her thoughts on the matter. Well, Miss Berry? We do hire a unit to store all the food for the animals. But I don't know where it is. I leave all that to Simon. He's so good at that kind of thing. What an angel, Regina. You're such an angel. Yeah, she leaves it all to Simon. She leaves it all to Simon. She wouldn't possibly know where the unit is. Simon, you're scaring me. Wow, damn. Regina's a little behind, though. The world is a cold, cruel place. You either die here or live long enough to yourself become the villain. That's right. And the world loves it when a hero becomes the villain. Such a shame, but rushing to find a solution after the fact so often leads to mistakes. You knew that if the body was found in the unit, the suspicion would fall on you. So you panicked and moved it to the grounds of the big building instead. But you weren't counting on Sean being found in the unit when you kidnapped him. Only you know you were up against a great thief and an even greater detective. Is everything alright? You're looking a little pale underneath all that makeup. Alright, he's not ready to call it quits yet. Simon's not ready to call it quits yet. You're missing proof of the most important part of your little theory. Perhaps you could enlighten us? You don't have any evidence that I crushed the presidential faker with that balloon. And I know you don't, because there isn't any. I'm afraid there is. There is, Miles? Share with the class! Did Mr. Say murdered the victim as we think he did? It should be traces of your misdeed on this piece of evidence. On the balloon. There should be blood on it, or something, or pollen, or whatever. Analysis of the balloon basket should turn up the evidence we need. Balloon again? You already have your bullet hole. What else do you expect to find? There's truth to be found, then he'll find it. There should at the very least... Mr. Edgeworth got an out of way tighter spots than this one. Oh, everyone believes in Miles. So there's your pop. He's looking down on you right now. I know he is. Oh no. Another vote of confidence. Just stay calm and see this through to the end, Miles Edgeworth. Thanks, Francisco. I'll do anything for you. A perfect victory is only moments away. The president's body double was killed by the balloon. Traces of a certain substance will prove that. And you, Simone Saint, will pay for your crimes at last. I'm looking forward to this. Time to wrap up the mysteries of past and present once and for all. I feel like everybody's expecting a lot out of Miles. And me, because I can only guess. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, deal a final blow to this unforgivably wicked man. I'm on it, ma'am. This last piece of evidence will prove your guilt beyond a doubt. What should we expect to find on the balloon if it was used to crush the president?
Take that!
When Sean found the president's body, he also found a bouquet of lion lilies. Symbol of the connection between parent and child. Popular flower back in Zanfall. I'm so glad my intuition was right about this. Otherwise, that would have been a real big fumble for Miles in front of all the people that trusted him. That's my proof. A bunch of flowers that would be rotting in the dump right now. A bunch of flowers that Sean threw away. So much for your beautiful symbol of parental connection. It's got nothing to do with any of this. Don't worry about it, Sean. Ignore him, Sean. You threw those flowers away, that much is true. But the bond they represent remains as strong as it ever was. There was pollen on the body, too. The president held on to them until the last, an act which provided us with our final piece of evidence. Am I talking about? The flowers Sean disposed of had been squashed flat. They must have been crushed by the balloon. If we examine the basket for traces of lion lily pollen, what do you think we might find? You don't need to do that. You looked over the basket just now. There was pollen stuck on it. You would have seen it. Those flowers are bright yellow.
Objection!
Excuse me, have you met my friend Emma Sky? Not all evidence is visible to the naked eye, Mr. Saint. Emma! I'd like to call on your scientific skills once again, if you don't mind. Let's take a look at this balloon basket, shall we? Counting on you, Emma. Got something. Bright yellow pollen, just like you said. If it's from the same flower, it shouldn't take more than another quick test to prove it. Sorry. Simone. You really should have watched some CSI. I'm just saying. Always clean the murder weapon. And always dispose of the murder weapon. And if you can, dispose of the body too. Had you dumped the body into the ocean that was only like 2 miles away, you would have gone off scot-free. And there we have it. You murdered the president, and this murder you carried out yourself. How could this? Simone! You're just not as prepared as you thought you were. You crushed the president with that balloon. Then you loaded his body into the basket and took him to the refrigeration unit. But why? Why go to the trouble of removing the body? Because he knew another incident was scheduled to occur that same evening. Rosie Ringer's murder. Exactly. If he had left the body there, it would have interfered with his other plans. He couldn't leave the body in the refrigeration unit for too long either, right? So while returning to the big building to drop the body off again the following night, he must have observed the fire Sean caused and the Torosaurus head falling as a result. That's what gave you the idea, wasn't it? To frame Sean for the murder. For all you know, Sean didn't, he's the cause of the accident for all you know, not Sean. Made it seem as if the falling head was what killed him so that my son would take the blame. Despicable coward. In order to achieve your aim, you'll lower the president's body from the balloon to the lot below. And while he was dangling from the rope you used, it was caught on Sean's rehearsal tapes. That's what it was. How'd you see through it all? How? You manipulated people, you manipulated this case, just as you manipulate animals on the stage. You thought you were all-powerful, but your reign is at an end. The animals look like they're mad with you, Simon, even Money and Azia. They thought you were their friend, but you're not. They're sad and mad all at the same time. Oh, even the elephant has turned on you. Perhaps they will when you finally stop clowning around. You're not cut out for comedy. Your tale's destined to end with a whimper. No, we're getting a little sad flashback. You know what you're talking about? I've done nothing wrong, nothing. I'm not the bad one, they are. They just stopped me from going to see my dad. Only none of them did what they did. I wouldn't have had to. I couldn't trust the police. I couldn't trust anybody. I was all alone with nobody to help me. Huh? That man? He helped me. Hannes was the only one who ever helped me. So what if I used people I had to? That's so wrong? Oh no, all the animals are mad at him. Oh, even the gorilla's getting in a punch. Oh damn. Oh damn. I don't know if he's gonna survive this, guys. I've heard an elephant can kill a person by sitting on them. Oh no, never mind, he's still alive, he's still standing. Seems the game is up at last. Dee Shelly! Hello, Dee Shelly! Shelly the killer. Mr. Edgeworth might be the first to congratulate you. You have unmasked the person behind this entire sorry affair. Now I'm free to... Guns are so clumsy, don't you find? I have a gun. Please, not only are you carrying one, you were just about to draw it. You must have stolen it from the president after murdering him. This gentleman betrayed a bond of trust. He knew the so-called president was an imposter, and yet he employed me to kill him nonetheless. In Simon's defense, he killed a fake president and punished the accomplices. I don't necessarily think him getting revenge is wrong. But I think his willingness to let innocent people take the blame for his work is what is wrong. There's nothing more dangerous for an assassin than to be lied to about the nature of one's target. If one does not know what car one's opponent is holding, one can be very unpleasantly surprised. But that was not your true crime. No, thinking you could deceive me, manipulate me. That is the crime for which you're about to pay. Down. Ooh! Face off of assassins! That was not on my bingo card. It's been a while to kill her. Step aside, Kenneth. That man is my target. I would politely ask that you call off of this particular job. You'll pay for his crimes, but in prison, not at the end of your blade. Oh, this is so intense! This is so intense! This is the most intense scene we've had so far! If I refuse, let us just say that I might not take the loss of the one life that I ever saved too well. You saved a life? Bodhidharma Canis, the blind butcher himself? Preposterous, I know. But yes, I who have taken so many lives, once chose to preserve one, that of an innocent young pup. And he in his turn saved mine, something of a bond formed between us. Laugh all you like, I know I would. But I respectfully request that you spare him. As one professional to another, I ask that you let this particular target live. Very well. The boy must mean a lot to you. Thank you, I'm in your debt. I think the irony of it all is that 2 assassins has more principle and class than a prosecutor, a prison guard, a prison warden, and a clown. You need not thank me. I simply see little point in the 2 of us killing one another. Now then, I bid you all a good day. Bye, the killer! Bye, Shelly! See you later! You have my thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. This young pup needs to be shown the error of his ways. You have done just that. Alright, I suppose we better be getting back. Our ironclad enclosure awaits. Doesn't it, Helmut? Yes! Yes, it does! You killed my dad, didn't you, old man? I will not lie. I did. My victims deserve to be remembered at the very least. But I sense a great hatred for me from you. Warren a pup, in that case. Sean. You must not falter, little one. Here, you may use my knife. Sean! It can cut my throat. One sure slice all it takes. I was growing rather tired of carving my little statues anyway. I want revenge. I want it so badly. Sean! Sean! At least, I did until just now. I would have done anything to make you pay, no matter how long it took. Are you lolling at my philosophical takes on the game, Muto? As you should. I shouldn't have any. We should make those who have wronged you pay. It'll make you feel so good, trust me. Yes, Simon? You sure about that? All the pain, all the suffering, it all goes away. It drowns it all out, numbs it. Maybe it does, and listening to you, I thought maybe that's what I wanted. But it's not just about me. So I get my revenge, how does that help anybody else? If I become a murderer, my mom suffers 10 times more than I ever would. And so with all the people I work with, they're counting on me, and they worry about me. Thoughtful words indeed, little one. Yeah, well, I get it now. I won't ever forgive you, but I shouldn't be the one who gets to punish you. That's what these guys are for. My mom, the prosecutor, people like that. Sean! So proud of him! Maybe Yan Zhang, but you're way wiser than I'll ever be. You can at least consider trying to better yourself, okay? Very well. Then I suppose we'll be on our way. With me, young pup. And now where to where? Where else? To the prison. Our home. Damn, that was so twisty at the end. And with that, the case came to an end. A case that had dragged so many people into its orbit. But as for me, there was one last thing I had to do. April 8th, 2:54 p.m. Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence. Chamber. Hello, Kay. Sup, Eddie? Miles has made his decision. Hey, Gaval. Your request has been processed and approved. I've asked for my prosecutor's badge to be reinstated. Oh, that's right. A certain man once said that to be an attorney is to be a defendant's most trusted ally, and that by believing your client, the truth will make itself known. That man's image has been forever burned into my memory. As strongly as the vision of my father fighting in the courtroom. Good old Gregory. But that's his and my father's path. Damn. You miss him, don't you, Edgeworth? I do too! I do too! Mine lies elsewhere. My path is that of the prosecutor. It always was. I guess that's that. I'm sorry. I dig it. And besides, I can tell by that look in your eyes that your mind's made up. Alright then, looks like our work together is diddly done. Just don't come crying to old Eddie if you change your mind. This club's now closed to new members. What is the vendor? Here to tell me why at least? How come you're so dead set on popping the old prosecutor's hat back on? You once asked me something, Fender. You're going to keep fighting crime as a prosecutor or help people as an attorney? Something tells me you got a big decision ahead of you, one only you can answer. I've been thinking about that question ever since, about how I mean to live my life, and now that this case is over, I think I finally know the answer. I'm going to help people as a prosecutor. But can't you also do that as an attorney? Look at it this way, Simone Sen was also a victim of sorts. He lost his only parent all these years ago, and with him, his ability to believe in a just world. I know how that feels. To lose somebody so important to you, to lose faith in everything. To doubt everything and be utterly alone, to fight and fight and fight. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty, so I make that my policy. But I was lucky, somebody was kind enough to save me from myself. Mr. Sane had nobody. He had no faith in the law, he felt that seeking revenge himself was the only option. Oh, that's right. He didn't want to go against a whole country, and he knew that prosecutor winner would go against him. I want to help people like him. And how do you plan to do that? If he had been able to rely upon the law, none of this would have happened. Chairman Winner made a mockery of justice, and in so doing, drove Mr. Saint away from seeking it. The law is only as good as its practitioners. It can be a shield that keeps the people safe from harm or a sword willed to wound them. Just one among many of the law's great contradictions. I can say that again. Or you folks in the trade like to call legal contradiction. The law is far from perfect. But one cannot solve such contradictions in the law without engaging with it. I don't think an attorney could have saved Mr. Saint. But a prosecutor, a custodian of the law, I think perhaps they could have. I plan to take up my badge again and confront those contradictions at every turn. Thanks, Fender. You know it won't be easy breezy though, right? Fighting the law itself, that's lawyering on hard mode. I understand that, but somebody has to do it. Is to be anybody, it should be you. Laws are like people, I guess. They both gotta grow and change. Adapt or perish, am I right? You're going to smash this, I just know it. After all, you're Gregory's boy through and through. If there's one thing that man didn't know how to do, it's give up. Eyes on the prize and straight on it till sunset. That was his motto. But what? I saw that same determination in your face the second you mentioned taking up prosecutoring again. You know what's really grown and changed? Hate to be a great big cheese ball, but you. I only wish your dad was here to see it. He'd be proud as all get out. Oh! Oh, Mr. Ashworth, if you're ready to begin, we can get the ceremony underway. By the power vested in me by the Committee for Prosecutor Excellence, I, Verity Gavel, do hereby in the sight of the Almighty Goddess reinstate Miles Edgeworth as a servant of the law. We got our badge back! Yes, he's a prosecutor again. Best news for the week. You got us good. Alright, Fender, your pop's gonna want to know what his kid just signed up for the opposition a second time. Thank you again, Fender, for everything. You really came through, Eddie. You really came through. Don't thank me yet. The next time you see me could be across the courtroom. And this face is a whole lot less roguishly charming when it's not on your side of the aisle. I would relish the opportunity to face an attorney trained by my father. I hope that day comes very soon. Hi, Eddie. Hi. Thanks, Gaval. Edgeworth's gonna grow great. Edgeworth is gonna do so great. He strove to right the wrongs of the committee from the inside. It must have been a lonely battle indeed. I was never truly alone. You had the goddess of justice on your side. Thank you for teaching me that it's possible to fight in such a way. The contradictions within the committees are like those within the legal system itself. If we aren't able to overcome them, the real truth will forever evade us. I have you to thank for teaching me that and for setting me on this path. I hereby swear to confront the contradictions that afflict the law and to overcome them. I thank you for commitment to that cause, as does the Almighty Goddess. I truly believe that such efforts are necessary in order for the law to grow and improve. I will look forward to seeing you in the courtroom again very soon, as will I. Did not see the best of me when I last oversaw a trial. The next time will be different. I will show you what it means to serve justice, true impartiality. Judge Gavel, I don't mean to call your motivation into question. But to my mind, the ideal judge is not wholly impartial. The ideal judge is human. Even in the courtroom, they laugh, they cry, they rage, they smile. And then when all is said and done, they pass down a judgment based on that very humanity. I'm not sure exactly how to put this. The perfection isn't always the loftiest of ideals, and it's certainly not the only things to strive for. Forgive me, this is my opinion. Nothing more. You're right, of course, there are other ways. I thank you for sharing your insights. Oh, they're becoming friends now! Mr. Edgeworth, there's another reason I was never truly alone during my long struggle against Chairman Winter. Someone else was with me. Someone other than the goddess. Sean! Oh, he's so cute! This clipping gave me more courage than words can express. Simply having it near gave me hope. No matter how hard things get, no matter how formidable one's opponent. When we feel that we are not alone, we can keep going, no matter how hard the road ahead. Mistakes have been made, but we must fix them. For Sean's sake more than anyone's. Like the mistakes made in the instant in which his father died. So you see, there is something more important to me than the words of the goddess. Though it may anger her to hear me say such things. So that was your secret weapon all along, the strength of your bond with your son. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps I should not strive for an unachievable perfection. But I must grow. As a servant of the law and as a mother. That I believe above all else. Seems that we both have plenty still to learn. We're neither of us perfect yet. Let us continue along our chosen paths and continue to grow as we tread them until we meet again. I will look forward to that day. May the goddess watch over you as you embark upon the next steps of your journey. She's still sort of cultish, but that's okay. I think it's kind of funny now. I lost the title of prosecutor, but now I've regained it. And in doing so, I've seen a new way forward, a new path for justice. And I'm determined to follow that path until it finally leads me to the truth. No matter how hard it might be, no matter what obstacles might arise, won't betide anybody in my way. Forever they would be, whatever they might say, I will lift my voice and objection. We made it! We made it! Wow. We made it to the end of the game. And the end of the case. Tabby and Lotta are still doing their thing. They're still doing their thing. Let's go! That's right, Brondo. We solved the case. We cleared a lot of people's names. We got a lot of people into trouble. And journalists are still journaling. I like how they included Shelly in this one. I shot before getting him in a hurry. Oh. Never mind that now. Time to return to the life of a simple ice cream seller. Although I have been thinking that perhaps crave some more of my speed. Oh. He's so cool. He's so cool. Mr. Caserato and Teddy! I miss Teddy. Teddy's so cute. Yeah, Teddy and Mr. Caserato is gonna be best friends forever. Best friends forever. Oh, it's Mr. Saw It. Yeah, are you still gonna become an animal stylist? Yeah? Yeah? Is this me better than being a newspaper salesman? Oh, yeah. But you're really a newspaper salesman, though? Yeah. Yeah, you did help. Yeah. Oh, there goes his toupee! There goes his toupee! Who's next? Regina! She's so cute. I was so shocked when I learned what Simona had been up to this whole time. I trusted him. I was his boss. So, can't sit around being sad forever, I guess. The show must go on. Can't let the magic department and the ventriloquy department get the better of us. We'll light up the stage and blow with the competition. Oh, there's awful memories with it. She's so cute. She's so cute. I know one way of looking at her is that she's kind of, you know, she's kind of a horrible person, but she's so cute. How much? Hi, Canis. Yes, you have. 18 years ago, I saved a life, and the troubles and child is still keeping me busy to this day. And now here we are, back in the cage. Oh, we'll have company soon, at least, won't we, boy? Yes, our friend the pup. Things certainly won't be dull with him around. No, no, they won't. I love his dog. Oh, Mooch is so cute. So cute. Kangaroo and Miss Bound. They're singing. I'm not singing, though. I'll always be waiting for you, Judy, and I'll come visit you every day just like you and Eddie did when I was in here. There's so much to thank him and Mr. Edgeworth for. Most of all, the fact that I get to eat your delicious desserts again, Samson. Aww. Glad to see you. They gave me permission to keep providing sweet treats to everyone here. Guess spreading the gospel candy making for all these years is finally paying off. I like that they do this. It's my my girl Muscone. Fancy seeing you here. I owe you a big thanks, you know. And dear old Greg and Pegluck too, of course. After all, it's thanks to all of you that I can eat Sammy Poople's sweets again. I'm even thinking of making a lovely medicine out of them. I'm going to call it Snacker's Delight. It makes your stomach so small you can only eat snacks. So you can get skinny as a teddy peg and love every minute. I'm going to make a fortune. She's so fun. Oh, there's Larry. What's up, Larry? He's very busy right now. Who's Lulu? Who's Lulu? Can't remember who Lulu is. Alright, Larry. You're gonna be okay. She's just another girl that you know. Did I follow my heart or follow my heart? Follow your heart. New girlfriend. I see. Who's your new girlfriend? Oh, never mind. I guess we won't find out. Detective Bad! I miss you, Detective Bad! Baxter the Badinator. Seriously though, thanks for the assist today, good buddy. We talk about IS-7? I'll talk all day. Sounds like the Edgeworth kid is doing good work. Anything for you, Detective Bad. Anything for you, Detective Bad. Oh, Bender. I'm pretty far yourself. Yeah. Detective Bad, remember you when you were just a rookie eating your words literally? Ooh, it's the nurse! Looks like they'll be letting me off a little easier than I thought for what I did. I guess because I told them I was kind of forced to do it. Oh, the grandma's so funny. Ain't no such thing as easy when it comes to crying, dangful child. Sorry, Grandma. Still feel awful. I still feel awful about it, of course. I'm just so glad I get to stay out here with you. Think we should be getting back to work? Alright, Grandma. Go do your thing, Grandma. Emma! Thanks, Emma, for having my back. Good thing I happen to be around. Absolutely. Even if I do have to jump right back on a plane again and go back to Europe. I'll see you later, Emma. All this flying around is gonna get tiring. Still, it's all part of becoming a first-class forensic investigator. Guess I better get going. If you ever need me to say the word, okay? I'll come running. You know I will. Thanks, Emma. Emma Sky. Saving the day. There's a ring to it. Franziska! Hi, Franziska! The greater one's father, the greater the pressure to be great. The Eustace winner, was it? He has chosen his own path, now he will be tested. Just as I was. Miles Edgeworth chose to live as a prosecutor over how his own father lived. That, too, is a valid answer to the question Ball had to wrestle with. Thank you, Franziska. Thanks for having my back, Franziska. Even when you're mad at me, you had my back. Thank you. Ijeling! My father hid a secret, war burden. I could only have imagined. Thought only of my family name, he thought of so much more. He thought of our entire nation. I mean to carry on that legacy to fulfill his last great wish. Even if our president was an imposter, even if the real president is long dead. Even if it takes all my effort and all my men's effort. Zanfa will rise again! I can't wait for you to see it. Thanks, Angel Lang. He's so cool. Eustace! I gave up the whole the winner thing, told everyone to stop calling me that. So proud of you! I'm so proud of you! because I didn't win. My dad did it all for me. I'm going to start again from scratch. I won't let what he did ruin everything. Pretty soon be better than him, better than Edra, so watch out. Now, first order of business, get a new nickname. I'm proud of you. Proud of you. No, that was hard. Standing up to your dad like that. After all that abuse. Proud of you. Mr. Powers! The movie's going down great. I think the murder stories in the gossip magazine might have helped. Big bad man emerges from a big bad bull. Reveal true face of monster behind Zanfa president murder plot. Damn. It's a picture of you, Mr. Powers. Oh, damn. What do you even do? It's not so bad after all. It'll make people come and see the movie, right? Yeah, I guess. Sean! You already like the movie, Sean? It's nothing. It wasn't even a big part. I think you did great. Boy, if we befriended both Torosaurus and Gordy, they don't come any bigger than that. And it was a role you were born to play. You think? Yes. Well, it would be cool to see you in the sequel, I guess. And I kind of like acting. Yeah? You pick something up before we head back? I want to get some lying lilies for my dad. Proud of you, Sean. Proud of you, Sean. Alright, April 8th, 4:17 p.m. Prosecutor's Building. High Prosecutor's Office. It's been a busy few days. You could say that again, Gumshoe. Unbelievably so. How does so many important cases all come along at once? Magic. It's never a dull moment when I'm around. Yeah, okay. How could you say that? And yet, I don't think the good detective is entirely wrong. What will you be doing now, Kay? Not sure? How can I put this? Guess I feel like I've been trying to follow my father's footsteps this whole time, you know? Trying to become a great thief just like he was. The Yatakarasu. Or a Yatakarasu, at least. But watching how this all panned out for you, Mr. Edgeworth, it got me thinking that maybe I need to get out from under his shadow and live my own life too. Just like how you decided not to do the whole attorney thing. It's time to make our own fate. Right, after all, nothing thrives in the shade. I'm going to be my own hero. That sounds like an admirable plan indeed. Don't be giving up the name though. Can't not be the Yatakarasu, right? The name you pick, you'll always be Kay. They're so cute. They're such BFFs. Such BFFs. Oh yeah, Edgeworth was really counting on you, Gumshoe, and you pulled through every single time. So proud of you. I think your next salary review may come as a pleasant surprise. You don't want a raise? I'm saying I'll see to that you get paid a little more, detective. Go Gummy indeed. Don't think I'll be letting you rest on your laurels. Your work won't be getting any easier. I hope you understand that. Give you everything I got, just so you wait and see. Thanks, Gumshoe. Thunder and Judge Gavelle set me on a new path in life. Path on which I will face down every contradiction that the law has to present. A path at whose end lies the ultimate truth. But can I really do this? I'll need to give it some serious thought. Certainly won't be easy, nonetheless. The reason I was never truly alone. Yeah, that's true. We're getting a little flashback. When we feel that we're not alone, we can keep going no matter how hard the road ahead. The strength of my bonds. What is it, Kay? What is it? I was trying to find other members for my Yatagarasu team, right? I do vaguely remember something about that. And I haven't found a single one. We're going to be unstoppable in our quest to steal the truth. So much for that little pipe dream. Aw, you already have a team. A team that can solve any case in the world. Prosecutor, detective, and the great thief. Between the three of us, we can hunt down the truth. Put in handcuffs and steal it once and for all. I can't help feeling a little sorry for the truth in that case. Nothing at all. My father followed his own path right to the end. And now I follow a path of my own making too. But not alone. I have some colorful companions to help me. As long as they're beside me, I won't lose my way. It's a new path and a new me. And I'll be walking it as a prosecutor, not an attorney. My father's path and mine are different. But they're not as separate as they may seem. Though the routes differ, the destination is the same. Because, of course, both end at the truth. So proud of Edgeworth. All right. Oh, we are way over. We're way over, but I had to finish the game. I had to finish the game. I had to. I had to. There's no way around it. But that is the end of Ace Attorney Investigations. I don't think I know what we're doing next, but I haven't really actually decided, so you'll find out soon what we'll be playing on Wednesday. After now that Ace Attorney Investigations is over. But yeah, we made it. It was a journey. This game was much longer than I thought it was going to be because it's technically 2 games. But we made it nonetheless. We made it nonetheless. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Hope you had a good journey. A good journey through our final case that was twistier than 6 pretzels combined. Appreciate y'all all so much for coming. Have a great day or a great night wherever you are. Stay chill, stay safe, stay cool. And we will eventually play more Ace Attorney games. Just not immediately soon. But yes, I will see you guys all on my next stream, which will be on Saturday at 7 p.m. PST with Spider-Man. Yes, yes. Good night, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, 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 bye.